Zach here. Welcome back to the 14th episode of Cooking with Zach Live. As usual, I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about what's going on and kind of let everyone just to get inside the broadcast. So like I said, I wanted to talk to you about what we're going to be doing today and kind of what's going on. So the first thing that we're going to be doing, like the actual dish that we're going to be cooking, is actually something that I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time. It was the venison dish. I actually tried doing it the last Periscope and the one before, but I sadly could not find it, sadly. But then one of my fans, Sharon Starsick, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, really encouraged that I ended up finding a beautiful piece of venison loin. So that's the dish that we're actually going to be doing today. So, and I actually just wanted to talk to you about a few more things. On all my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, I actually posted a picture of a really cute cat. And believe it or not, I actually ended up adopting him. And he's really cute right now, but he's kind of shy. I mean, as you all know, when cats get into their home, they're kind of shy and stuff, but it's all good. And
Hold on. I got a problem with you now.
Oh.
Periscope.
Oh,
Just swipe it
Alright.
on the top.
Let me see. There we go. Alright. There we go.
Scared everyone. Periscope.
That's not nice. One sec, guys. One sec. Alright, so like I was saying, we actually ended up getting to adopt him. And now, when I got eliminated on Masterchef Junior, I actually said I wanted to get a dog, but I came to a compromise getting a cat, and he's been absolutely awesome. He's probably one of the best cats in the world, so I really love him. And the dish that we're going to be doing today, like I said, is a beautiful, delicious venison dish that you guys have been requesting so many times on all the social media. And the dish was actually from Restaurant Challenge in Masterchef Junior, the season I was on. So it's a pan-seared venison loin with a parsnip puree. We have some parsnip crisp with some gnocchi, some sauteed chanterelle mushrooms, braised cabbage with a demi-glaze sauce. I'm not sure what the sauce is, but I think demi-glaze would go really well with that. And then it's just going to be drizzled with a little smoked paprika. One sec, guys. Yep, one sec. Okay. Just say you're doing this a couple of Periscope questions for a few minutes. Okay? And we're just going to be missing a few Periscope questions just for a few minutes. So if you guys hold on to that, because we're just having one trouble. And
I don't know why they're not showing up. I can't see the Periscope.
Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, the questions on the Periscope screen
They're not coming
are
up.
not coming up. Yeah,
So why don't we just start it over again? Just hold on.
So,
just keep talking.
So what we're going to do is...
Just keep talking.
Yeah. So I don't know why we're having a little technical difficulty regarding the Periscope broadcast. For some reason, the questions are not popping up at all, nor the hearts, which I like. I'm just kidding. But I do. I appreciate all the support. And so we're just going to be quickly having one technical difficulty with that, and then we should get started.
I got it now.
So if you guys could just... Are you getting them?
I will now. Hold on.
All right.
Keep talking.
Yep. So like I said, I'm actually... going to be doing the venison dish. Like I said, it's going to be really good. And also another thing, on a lot of my broadcasts, I tend to do in a 1 hour kind of challenge timer. But then you guys have been asking for this dish so many times that I really wanted to make sure that you guys know how to do it step by step, so that way you can make sure that when you cook it at home, if you do cook it, that it's really nice. And I will be posting the recipe on my blog tomorrow, and the chicken dish that I did last week will be also posted tomorrow. So it's going to be really awesome. Periscope viewers, if you could just hang on for a sec. We're having a technical difficulty, like I mentioned. For some reason, the questions are not coming up, which are really important. I appreciate all your guys' questions and feedback. And if you could just give me 1 second, then we should be getting started. How are we doing?
That's good.
Just weird. That's weird. I have no clue why that's not coming up, so.
Keep talking.
I'm running out of things to say. Like I said, just give us about 1 more minute, and then we should be getting our broadcast and the whole cooking done.
Talk about Ron?
Yeah, talk about our cat. Yeah, so I'll quickly talk to you about it. So like I said, he was a very shy cat. He's pretty mellow, but he's cute, so. I mean, all cats are cute, but he's very kind of Yeah, that's exactly right. He's a stud muffin, so he's a good-looking cat. How are we doing with those? Good.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So
we
we restarted our Periscope broadcast, and we're just picking up the camera. Are you good, Mom? All right, we're good to go, I think. 1 second.
It's your phone.
It's big, right?
Okay, here we go. Hey.
All right. 1 second.
There we go. Yeah, we got it. Now it's working.
We're good. All right. So I think we're all ready to go, right? We got the questions feed coming up. We should be good. All right, guys. So without further ado, we are gonna get started. So the first thing that we're gonna be doing,
Just give the Periscope people a couple of seconds.
Wait a few seconds, actually.
Just tell them hi. Tell them what you're cooking.
So like I said, what we're gonna be cooking today is a pan-seared venison loin underneath a bed of braised cabbage. Then on the side, we have some seared homemade gnocchi with some chanterelle mushrooms. We have a parsnip puree, a parsnip crisp, and then we have just a little drizzle of a demi-glaze sauce and also our smoked paprika oil.
Okay, I got some questions from Periscope.
Yep.
Who inspired you to cook, and does it run in your family?
Who inspired you to cook, and does it run in your family? Like I said, I got inspired by the first episode of Masterchef Junior, but then I really got inspired by my mom and my sister, especially my mom, because I always used to see her cooking up these really delicious meals. So, and then I really wanted to learn. So that's kind of how I got inspired. All right, should we get this started then?
Yeah, just say what you were going to speak again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so one last time, what we're going to be doing is a pan-seared venison loin underneath a beautiful bed of braised cabbage, our homemade gnocchi, chanterelle mushrooms, parsnip puree, parsnip crisp, and lastly, just a drizzle of our smoked paprika oil, which looks really, really cool, and then a drizzle of our homemade demi-glaze sauce, which is awesome.
Hold on, the volume is low on Periscope.
All right, 1 second. What is up today? No worries.
Is it here?
For the volume on Periscope?
Yeah, it's on full here. Don't touch anything because I'll. There you go.
Oh, I know why. Here.
Yeah.
1 sec, guys.
Sucks, man. Sound. No. Turn the sound off.
1 sec, guys. There we go. All right, we're starting that up. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We were just having a little difficulty regarding the phone because it was set to vibrate or something. 1 sec. All right, guys. So without further ado, we are gonna get.
Make sure it's speaking. Periscope's good.
And you guys are good. All right. All right. I think we're actually gonna be.
Speak louder for Periscope.
All right. I'm gonna speak a little louder for Periscope, so viewers on view now, after kind of seeing screaming, I apologize for that.
Sharon gave you 50 likes.
50 likes already. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So we're going to get starting off with our braised cabbage. All right. So first things first, what we're going to do is just grab some of our cabbage leaves. And now the word braising means kind of like any braising as actually means to cook something inside a liquid on a low heat, just how we really simmer it down until it reduces, and then that'll be all good to go. So I'm just going to take off a few leaves, and then now we're going to be cooking this in stock, which I actually forgot to grab. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to my pantry and just grab some beef stock. Now you could cook it with chicken stock or any kind of stock you have, or that you prefer at home. So what we're going to do is just kind of bunch these up into a nice amount. You could also use a mandolin.
Could you repeat what you're making today?
So today what we're going to be doing is a pan-seared venison loin with homemade gnocchi, some chanterelle mushrooms, and parsnip puree, parsnip crisp, and there's so much, with a smoked paprika oil, and lastly, a demi-glaze sauce. So like I said, we're just going to be shredding that up, and you could use a mandolin on a really, really thin setting. That will work great too, or you could use a cheese grater, any kind of grater. So like I said, just continue to dice that up.
What was your favorite? Oh, when are you going on the cruise?
When are you going on the cruise? The cruise date is actually going to be, I don't even know the exact one, but it's going to be inside November.
Hope you're joining me.
And what's your favorite
Hope you're joining me.
episode? Oh, my favorite Masterchef Junior episode. That would probably have to be one of the restaurant challenges or the team challenges, because I had a blast in those.
What are your top 3 favorite vegetables?
My top 3 favorite vegetables: corn, cabbage, and carrots, probably. All right. So if you'll excuse me for 1 sec, I think I forgot to show me which got set up. Yeah, so while I go grab that, I actually wanted to show you guys what I got set up. I have my tray of ingredients, and I have a bunch of equipment to get this done. So excuse me for 1 second. Alright. Yeah, it's in the fridge right at the back.
On the left side, maybe.
Alright, we got it, guys.
Somebody's asking, do you like questions while you're working, or?
Just got a question, do you like questions while you're working? To be honest, I absolutely adore you guys asking questions because that means that you guys are learning, and to me, I love answering questions, and I actually, like I said, love doing this for you guys, so it's a lot of fun. Oops, we're going to put that back in. And now this is actually called beef paste. And now what it does is, because a typical beef broth kind of has a lot of stuff in it, so I prefer to use this.
Can you pronounce gnocchi? Because somebody thinks you've been saying it wrong.
Can you pronounce gnocchi? Because I think I'm saying it wrong. Alright, I'll say it, gnocchi. I'm not Italian. I'm not Italian, yeah, so I'm just trying to pronounce it how I see it on TV. Alright, so we're just going to be putting in our water, and then what we're going to do, and now like I said, we're going to be using a beef paste today. You could use any kind of beef stock you have at home. This just my personal kind of preference. Now look, that kind of looks like ground beef, but that's fine.
A question from Sharon. Do you add your special touch to the dishes as you go along, or are you fully prepared when you're ready to make it? From Sharon on You Now.
Just got a question from Sharon on You Now. When you're cooking, do you add your own special touches during the broadcast, or do you kind of have it ready planned out before? So what I like to do is I like to do a dry run of everything that I'm going to do or when I'm cooked.
Except today.
So that's kind of, except today because I was tired. And my cat is wearing me out. He's wearing me out, but it's cool. It's cool. It was kind of late by the time we got back. Because yesterday I was gone the whole day because we had to drive to Gainesville, which is about 2 hours. So I was gone the whole day. And then we didn't get to get our ingredients. We got stuck in traffic this morning. So by the time I came back, it wasn't enough time for that. So what I'm going to actually do is just kind of get the ingredients, like the measurements done tomorrow, and then that'll be posted on my blog tomorrow, as well as my chicken dish. Alright, so I have enough in there, and then what I'm going to do is just kind of season that up.
What ingredients do you mostly dislike using?
What ingredients do you most dislike using? I'll be very honest, I hate using zucchini. I'm actually pretty good with everything. I'm actually pretty good cooking it. I'm a few picky about a few of the seafood things, but that's alright. So we have our...
What about a garnish?
What about a garnish in terms of
today's dish?
For today's dish, yeah, so what we're going to be doing is a smoked paprika oil for a garnish. And then we also have a demi-glaze sauce, which I'm going to be thickening up and showing you guys. And I'll actually show you how I make this. So what you do to make a homemade demi-glaze sauce is you put inside a pan all your beef stock, you put in your aromatics, which would be a little bit of onion, some thyme, rosemary, any kind of herbs you guys actually love. And then you would just kind of reduce that till it's reduced a lot. And then if it's still kind of thin, which that's mine, it's totally normal, don't worry. So we're going to be adding in a root to that, which I'm going to be showing you later.
Okay, sorry, but I missed a bunch of questions.
Yep,
do you like video games, and if so, which do you like?
If you like video games, which show do you like? I actually love video games. I prefer to play all the sports ones. Those are kind of my favorite.
Tell Luke that you like his halibut recipe.
Sorry?
Luke, you like his halibut recipe. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I also forgot. I'll definitely check out Luke, I forgot to check out,
Did you?
No, yeah, I did. I checked out your halibut recipe, and I'll definitely like
it. And a bunch of people are asking about the cat, and where do you get information about the cat?
So, I'll actually be checking that out on social media and all that stuff. And
you posted about the cat on social media. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I posted a picture of him on social media at the pet store. So that's all the stuff on social media. So what I did was I put my cabbage inside my hot beef broth, and I always want to make sure that you're seasoning. So just a little bit of salt and pepper.
And can you say hi, Iris?
Hi, Iris.
Hold on, one more time.
Yep.
Say it again.
Hi, Iris.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So now what we're gonna do is just put in some apple cider vinegar. And now the reason why you're putting apple cider vinegar, it's always good to make sure that you have some sort of acidity. In this case, it'll be vinegar. You could use lemon juice, rice wine vinegar, any kind of vinegar you have. And what this is going to do, it's going to offset that rich, fatty flavor from the beef stock. And then add a really nice freshness with the cabbage. So what we're going to do,
How old are you?
I'm 13 years old. So what we're going to do, place that on medium to low heat, because braising stuff is typically on a pretty low heat because it reduces and then eventually it'll be all good to go. So just take a quick peek at that. Good to go. Alright. Alright, so next we're going to head on to the rest of our stuff. Alright, so always make sure that you clean up your cutting board. And next thing we're going to be doing is actually making our parsnip puree.
Is this a timed recipe?
Is this a timed recipe? Usually I would do a time challenge, but this, like I said, a lot of you guys are requesting this, so I wanted to make sure that you guys can properly do it. I mean, there is a lot going on this side of this dish, so I really wanted to make sure that I could explain it properly to you guys, and that way it's all good to go. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is do our parsnips. Now these parsnips are pretty darn big.
Will you open a P.O. box for fan art, fan mail?
Will you open a P.O. box for fan art and fan mail? Yeah, I actually still have to get one. I was going to do it, but we actually thought about it today. So we're actually going to be getting that done until the next few days, and I'll definitely post that on my social media. So just cut the ends off of our parsnips and the top. And we're actually just going to be peeling these because now it's totally optional. You don't
The voice is still low. The mic is covered or something. Okay, just give me a
The
sec.
voice is still low.
Keep going. Keep going. I got it.
Alright, so like I said, just peel off the parsnips. That's weird because I'm actually talking pretty loud. I don't know why.
I don't know why. Okay, try that.
Is that any better? Hopefully it is. Alright, so like I said, just peel up your parsnips because it's going to make sure that it's nice and white and you don't get any of your skin. Now, I usually don't peel my parsnips, but in this case, I really want to make sure that it's really nice and bright. So, and then just chop the end off that. And set that aside.
How did you learn to cook?
How did you learn to cook? Well, my mom actually started to teach me a lot of what I know, but then my online culinary school really kind of progressed me and took me to that next level, and that's where I know a lot of my stuff.
Do you want a Food Network show?
Do you want a Food Network show? I mean, who wouldn't want a Food Network show? So I definitely want to have my own cooking show. So just peel up your other parsnip. And like I said, this is completely optional. If you just want like a really nice silky white kind of puree, then that's why you would be peeling them.
Somebody wants you to do a cookbook as well.
A cookbook, yeah. I'm actually into the process of writing my own cookbook, which I will definitely get that done.
Thank you for Sharon for giving you 50 likes.
Thank you, Sharon, for the 50 likes. I really appreciate that.
Somebody said this is your own show. Yeah.
This is my own show right now. That's actually a good point. It is. All right, so just gonna cut the end off there.
I never found the knife set you used on Amazon. Can you post a link somewhere?
Just got a question. I never found the knife set you use on Amazon. Can you post a link somewhere? What you could do is just shoot me an email. And because the reason why I prefer like a video request or something, or a link to something, it would be a lot better on email because I get a lot of DMs and I miss it, and I really want to make sure that I do my best job to respond to you guys. So to get to my email, you can just go to my website, zach-car.com. There's all the email, the blog links, all that's there. So definitely check that out.
And a question, who are you rooting for the Masterchef Junior finale, Addison or Avery?
Who were you rooting for inside the Masterchef Junior finale, Addison or Avery? Well, to be honest, I just really wanted the best chef to win. I didn't mind who won. They're both great, and I just really wanted the best chef to win, the person that made the better cheese person. All right, so what we're going to do...
Would you want to be a worst cook's mentor?
Would you want to be a worst cook's mentor? Oh, God. I don't know about that. That's a pretty heavy task. I don't know. All right, so I just cut my parsnip in half, and going to do the same for the other one. There we go. And then now you're just going to kind of roughly chop this. But since this one is super big, I'm going to chop this a little smaller. And then just cut that in half.
What are some of your closest friends? That's Max Pankey. What are your closest friends in Masterchef Junior?
One of my closest friends was Corey. I love hanging out with Sam, JJ, everyone, basically. We are all good friends. So just continue just to slice these up and you cut that in half once it starts to get thick. And like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is completely optional, but since the parsnips were generally very, very big, I'm just going to try to size them down just to kind of reduce the cook time of it. Because obviously something that's bigger is going to take longer, and if it's smaller, it's going to completely reduce the cook time.
Is it hard to balance school, tennis, and cooking?
Just got a question. Is it hard to balance school, tennis, and cooking? You can ask my mom that. It's hard. It's hard.
Have you ever been to Disney World in Miami, Florida? I go there with my cousins all the time.
Have you ever been to Disney World in Miami, Florida? I don't know if they had a Disney World in Miami, but I've been to the one in Orlando. So, all right. So, like I said, this is the last parsnip. It's a lot of parsnip, man, but it's good because it's really, really tasty. And like I said, what you could do if instead of a parsnip puree, not inside this dish, but parsnip is such a versatile ingredient. It can be roasted, you can pan sear it, like you can puree it like I'm doing it today. So that's really, really awesome.
Mom, is it hard to raise a tennis prodigy and a future chef? Actually, no, it's not. He's very focused, and most of the time he tells me what to do. So not really. In college, would you take culinary arts?
In college,
or would you take tennis?
Would you take tennis? That's a good question. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I haven't even fought to college, man.
Do you play Minecraft?
You play Minecraft?
Yes, he does.
No.
Yes, he does.
He actually doesn't.
He doesn't?
No.
Yeah, he does with his cousins.
No, I do when my cousins come, but that's about it.
And what's your favorite protein and why?
My favorite protein would probably be steak. Like I said, I love steak, and I love cooking it, so that's probably my favorite. So we have our chopped up parsnips. Now these are going to cook super quick, like I said, because I chopped them up. And in goes your milk. And you always want to save a little because when it reduces, you're going to need some to top it off again. So that'll come in real handy.
Matthew from Junior, who was there last time as well. What are you cooking tonight?
Today I'm going to be cooking a seared venison loin with underneath a bed of braised cabbage, some homemade gnocchi, chanterelle mushrooms, parsnip puree, parsnip crisp, and to top it off, a drizzle of a smoked paprika oil and a demi-glaze. Man, that's a lot. All right, so parsnip is going on the stove.
Do you want your own Disney show?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Do you want your own Disney show?
Do you want your own Disney show? I don't know. I haven't really thought about that.
Oh, someone just wrote, aren't you a Disney person?
Yeah.
Aren't you a Disney person? Yeah, actually, I used to watch a lot of Disney. I occasionally watch it now.
What do you think you are? Were you on Disney?
Oh, yeah, I was on Disney. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't on.
Who's your favorite celebrity chef?
Who is my favorite celeb chef? I don't know, that's a tough one. I really like all the judges from Masterchef. They're all amazing. But then I also like a lot of Food Network ones too. So.
And have you ever been to Universal Studios?
Have you ever been to Universal? Yeah, I've actually been to all the theme parks. I actually really, really like them.
Mom, would you consider your son famous? No, he's not.
That's me. That's me. Hey, someone just recognized me inside the grocery store. So.
What's your signature dish from your... Luke, can you repeat that question? Or Zia, can you say it?
I can see it.
Yeah.
All right,
Luke
guys,
from Periscope, just repeat that question, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant. I actually wanted to go to the Morimoto restaurant here in downtown Disney. Sorry about that, guys, but yeah, I definitely want to go there. Okay, so now for our homemade gnocchi. I absolutely love this one. When my parents first had it, they were surprised and stunned how good it was. So now, here I have my broiled potatoes, so I took the skin off because it's a lot easier to grate rather than when it's mashed. And all I did was I cooked it in a pot of boiling salted water, and then I just put it inside a little ice bath. Now, the reason why I did this after the broadcast was this takes about a good 45 minutes to an hour just to get the whole potato, and I didn't want to because the gnocchi's a little bit of work, but it's totally worth it. I didn't want to slow you guys down.
What's your signature dish from your new cookbook?
What's my new signature dish? Well, on the MasterChef show, my cookbook, the signature dish in there was my duck dish, which actually actually, I was going to be doing that for one of my finale dishes, which I'm also going to be doing later, so that's going to be really, really awesome. I don't know the date yet, like I said, but I will be getting that done soon. Alright, so I have my blanched potatoes. Sorry, boiled potatoes, and the reason why I do them whole, because if you run a food mill, I mean, I have a lot of equipment. I mean, I don't even have a food mill. Sorry again about that, guys. I have a bad throat.
Don't die.
Don't die. I promise. I promise not to. I promise. So, like I said, the reason why you're boiling them whole, because if they were chopped into pieces, you probably grate your hand. So that's why I'm doing that. Alright, one sec. Turns out my peeler is backwards. One sec. Never use a backwards peeler. Grater. Or grater.
Do you love roller coasters?
Do you love roller coasters? Okay, whatever, I'll just leave it like that.
Top down.
To be honest, I am not a fan of heights. Believe it or not, I'll be honest. So, usually when I go on a roller coaster, I'm extremely scared too. But then after I go on, I have like huge adrenaline. I'm like, yeah, let's go on it again. But I wouldn't go on one now, So we're just gonna grate these potatoes so they're all ready to go. And if it breaks apart on you, don't worry. You can always just I'm actually gonna be showing you guys something cool near the end to have your leftover potato scraps like that, which you have to be very, very careful because you don't want to hurt your hand.
Who cleans the kitchen?
Who cleans the kitchen? We all do. I help out, my mom helps, my dad helps, my sister helps, my brother helps, so we all kind of help out. So like I said, continue to grade up these guys.
Have you met Gordon Ramsay?
Have you met Gordon Ramsay? No, I actually really want to meet him. No, I'm just kidding. Like I said, I was on Masterchef Junior, so he was one of the judges, and he's a really, really awesome guy.
What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal. I actually don't eat a lot of cereal. I occasionally eat it like once a week, so probably. I like Rice Krispies, but my parents don't get me that. But I just eat Honey Bunches and Oats, so. Alright, so just gonna grab these last ones.
What was your favorite episode in Masterchef Junior, and also was it cool to go to Gordon's house?
What was your favorite episode in Masterchef Junior, and was it cool to go to Gordon's house? My favorite episode was, I really liked that, the restaurant one, like I said. I just know how to say that because I'm stumbling on my words again, which I will remember to pronounce and speak louder for all the viewers on Periscope. And was it cool to go to his house? Yeah, it actually was pretty cool because I never thought I'd actually meet Gordon Ramsay nor go to his house, so that was fun. So continue to grade these guys up. And those scraps there, the reason why I'm leaving them there is because they got pretty close to my hand inside the grater. So I'm going to show you a cool way to use those up. And now, also another tip, you never, ever, 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 ever want to blend up your potatoes. Because what that's going to do, it's going to basically turn it into potato soup. And it's going to make them kind of gummy, and it's not going to be pretty. Alright, so I don't want to cut my hand because that's pretty thin.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color, that's definitely blue. Alright, so we're done with our grater. And then now, since we have a nice pile of potato, that actually should be enough. But you know what? I'm going to show you guys how to use up these scraps. So here I have my boiled potato scraps, and since the reason why they're scraps is they're actually not scraps. The reason why is because when you grate, you obviously don't want to cut your hand, so it's better just to leave these aside. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to use these up, especially if you're trying to mash them for gnocchi. You just put them in your hand, make a little ball, and just go squish them as hard as you can, just till they get all that up like that. And then what you would do that once more, just really kind of press it together. And then, lastly, you're going to take your knife and just kind of smush it like that because it compresses it, and it should be ready to go.
What's that question?
I'm checking right now. And then just dice it.
Do you play any sports other than tennis?
Do you play any sports other than tennis?
And say hi. It's Princess.
I know that's different.
Okay.
All right. So, what's your favorite? Do you play any sports other than tennis? I actually like to play basketball and soccer occasionally with my parents, so I love doing that. So look, now we have all our grated potatoes, and I thought that was a pretty darn cool trick. Keep cleaning that up, and now you can just kind of squish them around a bit more, and then set that aside. And then now we're actually just going to be flouring our cutting board, because then the potato is going to stick and it's going to get everywhere. But wait, before we do that, I almost forgot again. We gotta take a look at what we got in our stove. Alright, so our For some weird reason, our parsnips have not even reduced. Forget that, they haven't even touched it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank the heat up to about medium, just a tad bit over medium. That's reducing nicely, so I'm going to turn that up too, because I don't want it to be like cooking till the end of the broadcast. But like I said, just keep a nice close eye on that, and I should be good to go.
Is it hard to write dessert recipes?
Is it hard to write dessert recipes? I'll be very honest, dessert, it has to be very, very exact, and if you don't, it can get pretty messed up. So yeah, I'd say that's probably the most, tricky to write a recipe for that. Okay.
Have you been to Hawaii? If not, you should definitely go.
Have you been to Hawaii? And if not, you should definitely go. I actually really, really want to go to Hawaii, Mom. But, like I said, I really want to go do that. So I really want to go there. Like I said, I really want to travel the world, so. That's another
Why do you like cooking?
Why do you like cooking? I like cooking because there's so many different combinations. It's kind of like my way to release things. It's what I'll be very honest, it's what I enjoy to do. Okay, so we're going to spread out
the question from...
Say hi to Brenda from Canada.
Hi, Brenda. Thank you so much for all your support. I really, really appreciate it.
You're my inspiration. Any tips to get where you are?
Just got a question. You're my inspiration. Do you have any tips to get to where you are? First of all, I wanted to thank you so much. I mean, it means a lot to me. And any tips, like I said, I would just try to get inside the kitchen, start cooking, start out like an easy recipe that you could follow, make sure that you're all ready to go. So that's what I would do. I would start and then eventually get better and better and better. Okay, so now another cool kind of tip. You're always going to be needing to add more and more.
Can you repeat what you're making?
So today I'm going to be making a hand-seared venison loin over a bed of braised cabbage with chanterelle mushrooms, homemade gnocchi, parsnip puree, parsnip crisp, a smoked paprika oil, and what's the last one called? Yes, a demi-glaze. Thank you, man, that's a lot. So I just pour a little bit of flour into my bowl.
Have you heard of the Culinary Institute of America?
Have you heard of the Culinary Institute of America? Yeah, I actually have. It's probably one of the best in the U.S., I think. A lot of chefs go there, so. Alright, so we're going to sprinkle our cutting board of flour.
Do you guys have Nigella Lawson in the States? She's my favorite.
Do you guys have Nigella Lawson in the States? I actually have seen a few of her, but not too many. Alright, so we have our mashed potatoes. Now what you want to do, spread that out, kind of make like a little well, and then spread that out till it's all good to go. And now we're going to be adding in our flour into this and our egg. And then you also need to add more flour eventually, because you always want to make sure that you're adjusting your dough. And if you don't have enough flour, the proper ratio, what's going to happen is it's going to disintegrate inside when you blanch them.
A question, what's your favorite macaroon flavor?
What's your favorite macaroon flavor? To be honest, I really like chocolate. That's probably my favorite. Now, I'm just going to grab myself an egg because I forgot it, but that's okay.
Oh, where is your cat right now? I know you said you have her on Instagram.
Where is your cat right now? I know you said you have her on Instagram. Believe it or not, he's chilling like this little playhouse thing I got him, and he's just chilling. He's a really cool cat. Like I said, he's pretty chill about everything. He kind of relaxes. He already slept 3 times today, so he's a really good cat. All right, egg in.
Did you freak out when time was running out on Masterchef?
Did you freak out when time was running out on Masterchef? I'll be honest, like I said, I actually wasn't too freaked out about a lot of stuff. I was pretty chill about it. Alright, so just continue just to whisk that up. Just kind of move that around. So when you put in your flour, that's good to go. Oh, one sec, guys.
What breed is your cat?
What breed is your cat? He's actually a Russian blue, so he's really, really awesome. No, he was also adopted from a shelter because he was found in some forest when he was a kid. So, all right. So now we're gonna add in our flour.
Oh, tell your mom thank you for the cat because I know how much you wanted one.
Did you hear that?
Thank you, Mom, for the cat.
Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate it. All right, so flour's going in, and we'll probably need to add a little bit more flour. It's always best to start out with a little bit because when you add too much, you cannot take it back. So I'm going to put in another glove, but before we do that, I want to take a quick look.
What's your favorite fruits? Luke's are pineapple, banana, and mango. Peach and raspberry.
Alright, so once again, I purposely let this boil over for you guys. See? But that joke's kind of old. So like I said, I forgot. It's still good. If it boils over, just kind of take it off the heat and it'll be fine. Alright, so that's going back on. Just give your cabbage a quick stir. Let's take a peek at that. And that's reducing, so that's all good to go.
Rebecca is asking, what happened to your hand when you burnt that episode? Could you give a recap of that, please?
What happened to your hand when you burnt it in that episode? So yeah, inside the first challenge of that episode, it was a lemonade challenge, and I was cutting the mint, and I was cutting it really fast, and I cut myself. And inside the next challenge, it was a surf and turf dish. So I had a potato fondant, and I had just taken it out of the oven with a pan. It was glazing hot, about 400-degree oven. And then basically what happened was I needed space for a burner because I had a lot of stuff going on, and then I grabbed it with my hand, and it burnt me from there to there. So that was kind of what happened. It was probably my most painful experience. One of. Alright, so I had my flour in. It's nice and thickened in the middle. And now just kind of knead your dough till it starts to form into a beautiful, nice dough.
Who's going to do this when you're going to eat it, and what degree you're burned with?
Who's gonna do this who's gonna eat this after you're done, and what degree was your burn? First things first, I'll probably eat it, my family will eat it. I'm not sure if they'll eat the venison though. I'll eat it because I love it. And my burn was actually a 2nd degree, so it was painful. So continue just to knead that up till it's almost good to go. Almost ready. And the thing about gnocchi is that it's gonna get really sticky, so continue making sure that you're flouring your cutting board. And that's almost good. Now this is actually a big batch. It'll feed a lot of people, so it's really, really delicious. And if you forget salt like I did, and now this actually needs a little bit more flour in it, so I'm going to flour my cutting board. And then I'm just going to add in a pinch of salt. Like I said, if you guys ever forget the salt when you do flatten out your dough, and then just put in a pinch inside the middle.
We're having trouble with your phone on the Periscope.
Oh,
it's going to shut down soon. I don't know why.
It's going to shut down?
Yeah, it just says high temperature. I don't know why.
High temp? Whoa. One sec, guys. Okay. I'm having difficulty here.
Yeah. Okay. Fan it. Okay. Just fan it. You have to fan it. Okay, keep going.
Fan it with my hand.
All right. I'm just gonna let you guys know. What's going on is we usually use my mom's phone to do the Periscope one, but then for some reason it's not charging, so we're gonna have to fix that. But then we're using my phone, and then for some reason the core temperature is getting too high. So if the Periscope rod cuts off, that's probably why. But we're trying to just like turn it down right now.
It's off.
All right. So one sec.
Here, take it.
One sec, guys.
Okay, Periscope's off. My phone. Yes. Whatever you want.
Alright guys, so our Periscope feed got cut off, and we're just going to switch to another phone, and we'll get that going. We'll be doing that instead. I'll just stop here, so that way when the Periscope comes up on this side, still leave a few minutes. Oh, okay. So should I just continue then?
Just answer questions.
Alright, I'm more than happy to get questions. Yeah,
I have right here.
Alright guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
What kind of phone do you have?
What kind of phone do you have? I have an LG phone.
Yeah,
we usually use my mom's iPhone too, but I don't know why that it's not working. Alright, you guys, like I said, we're having difficulties.
Okay, were you on Addison's team during the finale?
Were you on Addison's team during the finale? I'll be very honest. Like I said, I didn't mind who won either or. I just really wanted the best chef and the best person that made the 3-course meal to win.
Do you still see your friends that were in Masterchef?
Do you still see your friends that were in Masterchef? Yeah, I actually saw Corey a few months back, and whenever we're in where they live, we definitely all kind of connect together, so it's a lot of fun.
Would you rather have your show Food Network or the Cooking Channel?
I just got a question. Would you rather have your cooking show on Food Network or the Cooking Channel? I'm actually not too sure about that, so I'd like to have them both. I mean, they're both awesome, so.
We're back on Periscope.
Alright guys, so we're back on our Periscope feed. I apologize about that. And the reason why that happened was because we were using my phone, and core temperature got too hot, so it completely just shut down.
Okay, wait,
I have no
let's just clean. Let me get it.
Alright guys, just give us 1 sec, and then we'll get this going. Sorry.
Say we haven't done anything. Yeah, it's a little foggy. We're going to clean up that phone. Just give us a second.
Okay, 1 sec. We're just covering the camera.
It's a little foggy. We're covering that up. Get that nice, clean broadcast for you.
Okay.
Did you have a crush on one of the girls in Masterchef?
Okay. Is it good now?
1 sec, guys. Sorry, we're having a little trouble with the phone. You guys good?
Yeah.
All right. So we're back on the Periscope feed, and I apologize if it's a little blurry or something. We're switching to my sister's phone now.
Just
Just give us 1 sec, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, let me help you. 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. Are you good? Yep. All right. All right. I apologize about that for the videos on Periscope, and now what happened was my phone got too hot and it shut down. So, but that's all right. We're back on, and hopefully we're gonna get through this broadcast. So
you haven't done anything on it.
We didn't do anything. I don't know why. That was the phone. We didn't touch anything.
No, you haven't done anything.
Oh yeah, I actually haven't touched anything here. This is exactly where we left off to. So when we left off to, we're going to be adding a little bit more flour to our dough. And the reason why I added a little bit more is because if you do not have enough flour inside your dough when you put it inside the water, it'll disintegrate and it's not going to get that nice kind of light fluffy dough you want. So I'm going to put my gloves back on. Just continue to knead that up, and then we're going to roll these up, and then we're going to move on to our venison.
The first time you walked in the kitchen in the MasterChef kitchen?
Were you nervous when the first time you walked into the MasterChef kitchen? I was a little nervous, but I was like pumped. I was excited more than nervous, to be honest. Alright, so we added in our last bits of flour. Just continue to knead that up till the flour kind of disappears and it's all well combined.
What are you making with the potatoes?
What are you making with the potatoes? So for the gnocchi dough, it's actually the mashed potatoes with flour and eggs and salt. And then that's what I'm making. So
did you have a crush on anyone on the show? Mom wants to know.
Mom wants to know. So like I said, we're going to be making our gnocchi dough. Alright. Almost ready to go. The flour's starting to disappear. It's combining really well. And that should be good. Alright. Alright, so just going to flour the last bits of my cutting board. And then we're going to actually cut this in half. And this is actually called a bench scraper. And what this is really good, it's for getting really underneath. It's good for cleaning cutting boards like that. It just gets right into it. So this is a really cool thing. It's also good for putting your mise en place vegetables, carrying them to the pan, all that stuff. It's really, really awesome. So I'm just going to cut that in half, and it's especially good for cutting dough. See, like that.
Someone's asking, are you going to make creme brulee? I'm waiting for the recipe.
I just got a question. Are you going to make creme brulee? I'm waiting for the recipe. I actually have a creme brulee recipe that I have to get posting. I actually have a lot of recipes that I really need to get on. So I'm going to be updating my blog, like I said, the chicken dish, and this one will be done tomorrow on my blog. Great, so flouring my cutting board.
Who's your favorite judge?
Who's your favorite judge? I really, really liked Gordon. He was absolutely awesome. But then, like I said, all the judges were really, really awesome. So I floured my cutting board. Just kind of give that a little toss in it.
Max P. Panky's asking, how is it cooking the chicken wings with Tejo? Since you two are such great friends.
Just got a question. How is cooking the chicken wings with Tejo since me and him are such good friends? Cooking the chicken wings with Tejo were absolutely awesome. It was an amazing experience. We both worked really, really well together, so it was great. Alright, so I'm just going to roll out my dough and till it's a nice consistency, but I almost forgot. 1 sec, guys. Let's take a look. Sorry, I apologize for that. I just wanted to make sure that this didn't burn. See, this is why we kept the extra milk, because now we're going to be adding that to there. And then that's going in. And our cabbage, just take a quick peek at that if you don't mind. See how it's nice and reducing. And then to make sure that your parsnips are done, it'll be fork tender. So that's nice and soft. So now that's good to go.
Show them again, fork tender.
See, it's fork tender. See, it just like slips right off the fork. That's perfect. And turning that off, setting it aside, and we're blending that up in a few minutes. Alright, so getting that going.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
What do you want to be when you grow up? I actually want to be a professional tennis player, but then after I'm done with that, I really want to get into the chef industry. So I'm cutting this in half because it's kind of big, and then just rolling that out till it's nice and thin. So like I said, continue to roll it out. And the reason why you don't want them too big, because it'll be pretty clumpy and no one wants that.
Were you nervous the first time you walked in the kitchen?
Were you nervous from the first time you walked into the kitchen? Like I said, I was very, very excited, more than nervous. Alright, so just continue to roll that out. And that's a nice even size, so I'm going to cut the ends off. And then we're just going to cut these into our beautiful little gnocchi balls. Sorry, Joe.
Can you ask the Periscope viewers, how is the volume?
How is the volume on the Periscope? I apologize, it's that. Like I said, we're having a lot of technical difficulties. I don't know why. Alright, so continue to cut these up. And that should be just about nice, even little gnocchi balls. Alright, that kind of good. One sec. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit of flour. You know what, we're going to clean up our workstation for a sec.
We're having so many troubles here.
I don't know why there's so much trouble with the Periscope and all these phones. I really apologize. But we're definitely going to fix that. Yeah, I don't know why.
Can you fix it?
Oh, it's facing you. Alright, face it me. One sec, guys. Alright, sorry about that. I don't know what is up with this Periscope. It's literally going crazy. I have no clue why. Alright, so that's going good. Alright, so I'm going to set the first batch of gnocchis aside, and then we're actually just going to roll out this last part of the dough. One second, I'm going to grab myself a
What was the most stressful part about the tag team challenge, and what was the hardest component?
What was the most stressful part about the tag team challenge, and what was the hardest component? I'll be very honest with you, like I said, there was a lot to do with that challenge. And it was just very stressful. I'll be very, I'm straight on here. Usually I'm not too stressed out, but that challenge I was very stressed out. So continue while you're cutting the board. I'm going to get a little bit of our gnocchi.
Have you been on a cooking show besides Masterchef Junior?
Have you been on a cooking show besides Masterchef Junior? No, that was actually my first tennis. That was actually my first cooking show. Like I said, I was just a tennis kid that just picked up cooking. All excited. Alright, so just continue to roll these out till they're nice and thin. Almost ready on this side. And then I'm going to cut that off, and then we're going to cut these into our gnocchi balls. Alright. So, we're going to just sprinkle in just a tad bit of flour, just that way they don't stick together too much. And that should be good.
Do you have Snapchat?
Do you have Snapchat? No, I actually don't, but you guys can also check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Alright, so that's good to go. I'm going to cook these up in just a few minutes. But while that's happening, we're actually going to be starting to cook our venison. Now, I know these venisons look super, super, super puny, and this is probably the only venison I can get my hands on. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cooking 3 of these guys, and I'm going to slice them up into thirds till they're nice small pieces.
Zach, did you say besides oil you added lemon juice to the cabbage, or did you hear that wrong?
Besides oil, did you add lemon juice? So for the cabbage, it's beef stock, shredded cabbage, salt and pepper, and any type of acidity. In this case, like I said, I'll be using apple cider vinegar. You could use any vinegar, lemon, or lime juice.
What are you making again?
What are you making again? I'm going to be making a seared venison with gnocchi, chanterelle mushrooms, parsnip puree, parsnip crisp, a demi-glaze sauce, and paprika oil. Alright, so our station is nice and cleaned up, and we're going to be cooking up our venison. Alright, one second, grabbing out our pan. And I'm actually just going to be turning our pan of oil on low heat, just so that can start to heat up. Alright, so I'm turning that pan on medium to high heat, just so that can start to get nice and heating for when we're
What's
ready.
your favorite thing to make?
What's your favorite thing to make? My favorite thing to make, probably a really nice steak. I love that. Alright, so our cabbage is cooking, our parsnip is done, our pan's heating quick back there so we can season that up. And this is looking really, really beautiful. Alright, so for our venison loin, like I said, they're really small, but we're going to be cooking 3 of these bad boys and slicing them up. So, salt, that was my part. So, salt and pepper, Now this pepper is pretty spicy, so I'm going to go a little easy-handed on that. And the reason why I'm using up so many gloves, because I probably have to wash my hands about 80 times. So. Okay, so salt, pepper on all sides, a little there, and lastly there. And you notice all this excess pepper.
Should we repeat what that is that you're making?
So this is the venison loin, and we're going to be seasoning this with our salt and pepper, and then basting that with our garlic, thyme, butter, and it's going to be so good.
Say hi to Candice from She Scouts.
Oh, hi, Candice. Candice, sorry. All right, so like I said, seasoning that with salt, pepper, and you'll see that we have, let's zoom in on this, you'll see all these excess salt and pepper. So what you do is you take your venison loin and just rub it all around the sides. So you don't waste any seasoning, and that way you'll make sure that it'll be seasoned really, really nicely.
Did you have to cook for the Masterchef audition?
Did you have to cook for the Masterchef audition? Yes, I did. All right, so pan on. That's getting really, really hot, so we're going to have to work quick.
Mickey, I hope that's right, says hi.
Hi, Mickey. I hope the pronunciation is right on that. All right, so our pan is really hot, and if you notice that kind of jingling, that's probably my cat playing on his little toy ball. All right, so man, that sounds so good, my cat. I love that. All right, so our venison's going in. Like I said, me and my dad have always wanted a pet our whole life, so this is like a dream for us. All right, so we have.
What did you make at the audition?
What did you make at the audition? I made what was it?
Chicken.
Yeah, it was a paprika skillet chicken with crispy noodles, so that was what I made. So we're going to be cooking this like any kind of venison, exactly like I did it on the show. So we have our oil in our pan. We're going to sear that on each side till it's golden brown. We're going to turn the pan completely off because we don't want it to burn. And we're going to be basting that with our aromatics, aka our butter and our thyme.
What was your fish dish in episode 3?
What's your fish dish in episode 3? My fish dish was actually a marinade with pancetta bronzino with a celery puree, blanched and sauteed peas with an onion beet marmalade. That's probably one of my favorite fish dishes of all time. So do you want to just quickly take a look at this? All right. Take a look at this, guys.
Did you season the meat with salt and pepper only?
Did you season the meat with salt and pepper only? Yes. I mean, you could add any kind of spices you want, just to kind of jazz it up a little bit.
You have a chef jacket with your name on it, because I do.
You have a chef jacket with your name on. I actually don't. And the reason why I wear these shirts is because A, they just look super cool, and B, I'm actually not a chef, so that's why. Wait a second, what's up? Oh, take a look. Take a look at our cat. Hey, buddy, he's a little shy. But he's good. He's a good boy. Alright, back to our venison.
Zach, can you say hi to Rebecca all the way from California?
Hi, Rebecca, all the way from California. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much.
And where's your chef jacket for Masterchef Junior?
Where's your chef jacket for Masterchef Junior? Actually, you didn't get one, so, but I got 9 aprons.
Lots of aprons. They're awesome.
Yeah. Alright, so turning our venison, searing that on the bottom side. Just kind of take a quick peek.
Say hi to Kaylin Marie from Indiana.
Hi, Caitlin from...
Kaylin.
Sorry?
Kaylin.
Sorry.
Kaylin, yeah.
Kaylin from Indiana. I apologize about that. So our pan is going off.
Say hi to Elias.
Hi, Elias. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be basting our steak. So, since it's free steak, a lot of butter. Oh, a little too much for that fine. And now, the thyme is going to pop into the high water content. Now, anytime you cook a protein like chicken or steak, when I'm pan-searing it, I always usually baste it because it just adds a beautiful, rich flavor.
Say hi to Rania from Ohio.
Hi, Rania. Alright, continue to baste that.
What's your cat's name?
My cat's name is actually Ronnie. That's when they gave it, and I actually don't mind. I think it's a pretty cool name.
Say hi to, oh my God, Toy from Vietnam.
Sorry, did you repeat that?
Toy, I hope I'm pronouncing it, from Vietnam.
From Vietnam. Hi, I really, really appreciate all your support. Alright, so continue to baste these guys up. I mean, just come here and take a look at this here, because it looks really, really awesome. It's a nice golden brown on each side. We just want to baste these up till as the butter starts to turn really, really brown. Alright, that should be good. And our cabbage is almost done. Alright, so I'm going to remove these into my Pyrex pan. I almost forgot the name. And then we're going to be cooking these inside our oven.
Say hi to Alexis from Mississippi.
Hi, Alexis. I just want to thank you all for your support. Alright, so these guys are going inside the oven.
Can you butcher a chicken?
Can you butcher a chicken? Yes, I can break down a chicken. Alright, so that's going in. And since these are pretty small, I'm not sure the cook time, but you gotta kind of check if I feel so. These are going in for about 4 minutes. And, 1 sec.
Say hi to Mason from Georgia.
Hi, Mason. Oh, careful. 1 sec, guys. One of our cords actually unplugged too for our charging phone. 1 sec, guys. Alright, that's good. So that's going to go off back here. We're going to leave that there for now. And then our cabbage is reducing. Just take a quick peek at that. It smells really, really good. All the beef stock is coming through. And like I said, you could use any kind of stock you have. But I just prefer the beef stock. Alright, so we can cook that so there's not too much liquid left.
What time are you going to bed tonight?
What time are you going to bed tonight? By the time I clean up, I eat, I hang out with my cat. Love saying that. That'll probably be about like 9:30, 10 maybe. I'm not sure. It kind of depends. Alright. So now the rest of our elements for our dish is our Chanterelle mushrooms, our parsnip puree. Look at these guys. I mean, Chanterelle mushrooms, I absolutely love them. They're so pretty. I mean, they look really, really awesome. And you could use any kind you have, but this is just, like I said, I'm trying to keep it as close to the dish as possible. And I mean, there's nothing better than Chanterelle mushrooms, to be honest.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade. Alright, guys.
And are you going to eat the dish?
Now you're going to eat the dish. My family's probably kind of chicken to eat the venison. Or my mom, my mom will probably eat this, but my dad and my dad, my sister, and my brother will probably not eat it. They already said they wouldn't, so me and my mom will share it. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be, first before we do that, we're going to blend up our parsnip puree and get that going inside our squeeze bottle. Okay, so I have my parsnip mixture.
Do your parents eat your food?
Do your parents eat my food? Yeah, they actually eat my food because I cook a lot and they really, really like it. So, alright. Okay. And now the key that really makes a beautiful, shiny puree.
Say hi to Alex, Eliza's cousin.
Hi, Alex. Alright, so I'm just going to add in your heavy cream. Not too much because you don't want to be too watery. And then we're just going to blend this guy up. Just take a quick look. And you know what? It could use a little bit more seasoning. And a little bit of salt. And into the blender it goes. And for some reason I'm missing this part, but that's fine.
Did you see the movie Deadpool, or moms say it was inappropriate? Actually, Luke, Zach, actually, what's the word? Zach rates me. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, I don't really.
Is that about right? All right, they're asking why you don't have Snapchat.
Oh,
yeah,
that's why. All right.
Yeah, why don't you have Snapchat?
I don't know why. I mean, I already got like 3 social media handles. I got YouTube, so I got a lot of stuff going. It's a lot of work, to be honest. All right, so we're gonna blend that. Turn this on.
When is your birthday?
My birthday is in May. All right. So once again, and I know this joke is getting pretty darn old, but I still think it's funny. So I purposely did that because that's why I need more heavy cream. All right.
Can I see it?
Yep. I'm gonna put that. Oh, you got that? All right. See, and now what you could do is you just need like literally a teaspoon. All right, that should be good. And blending that, you can get a good view in there, right? All right. Turning that back on. Once again, if that happens to you, because I should have stirred that in.
Say hi to Ethan from Florida.
Hi, Ethan. Alright, before we blend that, quick look at our cabbage. And my milling timer has rang, which means let's take a peek at our venison. And I actually, 1 second, need to make a little room of it. Whoa. 1 second, guys. Hot oil is not a good thing. 1 sec. Alright, just in case it's done. I want to be ready to go. Okay, so let's take a peek. Now, I want this to be medium rare, so that's still kind of rare. That's about rare right now. Alright, that's going back in. Another 3 minutes should do it.
Do you ask for cooking stuff for birthdays and Christmas?
Do you ask for cooking stuff for birthdays and Christmas? Yes, that is actually very true. I try to ask as many as equipment I can, and I don't know how to explain this. Let's just say my kitchen is pretty stocked with equipment. Alright, so...
Okay, how do you tell regarding the meat whether it's cooked or not?
How do you tell regarding the meat is cooked or not? 3 things you could do. The first thing is to slice it open, but then if it's not done, it's going to get dry. The second thing you could do is put in a meat thermometer and look up what the temp is for venison. Or what you could do is kind of do it by feel. So here would be medium rare. So that's what I'm looking for. That just grab your thumb or your hand and just poke it like that. And it has to be a little bouncy. So then that's when you know it's ready to go. Alright, so I'm going to blend up this parsnip puree.
Is heavy cream in US the same as the double cream in UK?
Is heavy cream the same as the double cream in the UK? I'm not too sure about that. I'll get back to you on that. Alright, so blending that up.
Who's your favorite person?
For some weird reason, we're having mechanical difficulties today. My blender does not seem to want to cooperate, even though there's more than enough liquid in there. Don't know why, but that's alright. We'll just add a little bit more. And then put that back on. And just blend that up. Alright. There we go. It's ready to go. Sorry about that. I apologize for all the noise and how many times I have to do that.
It's not the same. It's been more heat treated here.
Alright, so just got info that the double cream in the UK and the heavy cream is not.
Double cream is better.
Double cream is actually better, so. Alright. Our braised cabbage, just take a quick peek. Could you zoom in on this one?
Yep. What is milk called in the UK? I have no idea.
I have no idea. Alright, so that's kind of going, but there's still a little bit of liquid, so that could use about another 2-3 minutes.
What kind of blender?
What kind of blender? This is a Vitamix, and I absolutely love them. It's my favorite blender, to be honest. Alright, so just take a quick peek at that. Look how silky and white that is. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Look at that. That is, in my books, a perfect puree. Alright, so now what we're going to do is just quickly get this done beforehand. We're going to be putting this inside our funnel. Oh, our venison is timing up, so let's take a quick peek at that.
Who is your favorite person that won Masterchef Junior?
Who is your favorite person that won Masterchef Junior? I actually liked them all. They were all really inspiring. Alright, that's done. Done. Whoa, I gotta be careful. Hot oil and hot pan. Not a good combination. Alright, so that's done. Our venison now is just going to rest.
Let me take a picture of that.
Yep, just wait. Boom, like that is a perfect sear. I mean, that looks really, really nice. Look at that. Alright, that's done. So now...
Is that mashed potatoes?
Is that mashed potatoes? No, this is actually a silky, creamy parsnip puree. Take a look at that. So now what we're going to do, put this inside our squeeze bottle, because the squeeze bottle is probably really, really important for this type of plate.
Does Gordon Ramsay scare you?
Does Gordon Ramsay scare you? Gordon does not scare me because he is an awesome guy. He's always making sure you're good, coming up to talk to you, so he's really, really awesome.
Do you want to go in Hell's Kitchen?
Do you want to go in Hell's Kitchen? I actually don't, and I have never really seen the show. I kind of know what it's about, but I don't watch it. So. Alright, just gonna get that in. And the reason why I'm doing this beforehand is because when time to plate, I don't want to be rushing and panicking. Kind of getting like a mise en place done. Alright, almost done. And like I said, if you guys want to make this dish, I'll be posting it on my blog. To get to there, gotta check out my website, zach-carr.com.
How old is your sister?
How old is your sister? She is 16. And if you guys, now I know there's a lot of elements to this dish, so you guys could sub off a few things like the parsnip crisp or the demi glaze or even the paprika oil. Just kind of play around with it, see what comes up. Alright, so
what are you putting the parsnip puree in?
What are you putting the parsnip puree in? This is actually just a funnel and it's going to go into a squeeze bottle. That's done.
What knife do you use for filleting a fish?
What knife do you use for filleting a fish? I actually don't have a filleting knife, so I try to use this one. That's probably my filleting fish knife. Alright.
What is your favorite kitchen tool?
What is my favorite kitchen tool? Probably my knives, and then next to my KitchenAid mixer. That's probably my favorite. Alright,
Who inspired you to start cooking?
Who inspired you to start cooking? Like I said, I got inspired by the show, but then my mom and my sister are really my inspiration. Alright, so that's done. Parsnip's done. And now we're going to be turning on our hot pan of boiling water for our gnocchi. And then I'm actually just going to be removing this aside. Take a look at this braised cabbage. You want to zoom in on this?
Do you watch different versions of Masterchef Australia or Canada?
Do you watch any other versions of Masterchef like Australia or Canada? I actually seen a few episodes of Masterchef Canada, but I prefer the US ones. Alright, so this is just going to go inside our little pan here. Alright, just to kind of let that rest, and I don't want it to soak inside the sizzle for too much longer. Alright, so that's good. That's done. And
do you have a computer and what kind?
Do you have a computer and what kind? You actually use a Windows computer. Alright, so that's done. And then, what are we going to do? Yeah, so we're going to start our gnocchi and our mushrooms. So, this is our Chanterelle mushrooms. What we're going to do is just take the ends off. And there we go. So these are going to be all good to go. Just kind of trim the ends of it. Oops. Almost ready to go. Alright, that should be good. And we're going to set these stems into our microwave.
Do you have an iPhone?
Do you have an iPhone? No, I actually have an LG phone. So,
What's your favorite thing to make?
What's your favorite thing to make? I love making steak. That's probably my favorite. Alright, one sec. Before we do our mushrooms, we actually got to do our gnocchi. Because that needs a little bit of time to rest before we do that. So what I'm going to do is put that aside. And I'm going to grab my small little pan here and just saute these guys up. So I'm going to turn them on. Now this is my pan getting ready for our gnocchi. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to put these on my little bench scraper. These have rested a little bit, so it's all good to go. And you want to be really, really careful with them because you don't want to misshape the form.
All right. Can you say hi to Brandon?
Hi, Brandon. All right. So, almost ready to go.
Do you watch Chopped?
Yeah, I actually love watching Chopped. One sec, sorry.
Can I move back?
Yeah, so I'm just going to grab these.
Move the whole board.
Yeah, move this back. And I'm going to put this inside my little slider. All right.
What other shows do you watch?
What other shows do you... Oh, we're not going to use those. I actually like watching all the Food Network shows, like Beat Bobby Flay and all that kind of stuff. One sec, I'm just going to grab my last little bit of gnocchi, and then we're going to put this inside our boiling water.
Can you say hi, Claudia?
Hi, Claudia. Alright. Alright, so these are kind of misshaped. I have no clue why, because they're kind of getting stuck. So I apologize about that, but when you're doing it, you have to make sure that you always flour them. You can use semolina or anything like that. So these are going to be just...
What other shows do you watch that are not cooking shows?
What other shows do you watch other than cooking shows? I actually like watching a lot of the superhero shows, so all that kind of stuff. Alright, so it's getting to the side. And then I'm just going to turn this off because that's already pretty heated. Gonna add my oil in for when the gnocchi's ready. And now we're gonna be blanching these and then searing them up. So these are cooking up.
If you could eat one thing, what would you eat?
If you could eat one thing, what would you eat? I prefer to eat dessert, but then I prefer making savory dishes, so I'm not really sure about that.
Do you have an Xbox?
Do you have an Xbox? No.
What do you have instead?
I have a PS4 instead, so. Alright, so these are cooking up.
Have you heard of Chopped?
Have you heard of Chopped? Yes, I actually heard of Chopped and Chopped Junior. I auditioned for Chopped Junior too, so.
You sent in.
Yeah, well, I sent it in, so. Alright, so that's cooking, and like I said, they're going to be a tad bit misformed just because they got all stuck around, but that's okay. Don't worry. Okay, so these are almost ready to go. I'm going to grab my spider, which is over there. I apologize, one sec.
Can you repeat what you said about not having an Xbox?
Can you repeat about what you said not having an Xbox? So instead of an Xbox, I actually have a PS4. So, alright, that's turning off, and then turning that guy back on. Nice. And then now you just want to put these directly.
Since you didn't win Masterchef Junior, are you able to audition again?
Since you didn't win Masterchef Junior, are you able to audition again?
Say bye to Angela.
Bye, Angela. Thank you so much for watching. I actually don't know about that, but I would assume not. Okay, so.
What are you making again?
I'm making a pan-seared venison loin with a parsnip puree, parsnip crisp, our gnocchi, Chanterelle mushrooms.
Say bye to Miriam. Sorry.
Bye, Marion. Thank you so much for watching. Alright, so these are just sauteing up. Now what you want to do is just get a really nice crust on them, golden brown on each side. Like I said, for some reason they are a little bit misformed just because they got really stuck together for some weird reasons.
It's
That's
hot
totally
here.
okay. Yeah, it's also hot here, that's why.
Zach, where's your gorgeous kitty?
Where's my gorgeous kid? He's probably playing around, chilling. I'll actually be showing him at the end of the broadcast, you guys, so he's really awesome. Alright, just gonna take a quick look. Yeah. Gonna grab my spoon and then flip these. Yep, these still need to get golden browns. Like I said, these are getting golden brown on their sides. And then I'm gonna move this aside. And I'm gonna start, this is my pan for our Chanterelle mushrooms. So let's take it. Yep, those are starting to get golden brown. You just need a little bit more oil in the pan so that you can get a beautiful crust. Like I said, these are cooking up. Everything, we're actually almost done. So this is looking really delicious.
How old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
Okay. Are you planning on seeing any of your Master Junior friends soon?
Are you planning of seeing any of your Master Junior friends soon? I'm actually not too sure. If they come here, we'll definitely meet up. Then if we have to go on vacation, then we would definitely kind of meet up. Alright, so we're just gonna flip these because they're golden brown. Oh. Okay. If that happens to you, like it just happened to me, just grab a pair of tongs and put it right back in. So flip those.
Do you have Skype?
You have Skype. I actually don't. Alright, so go look at that nice, beautiful crust. That's exactly what you want, because it's going to be really crunchy on the inside, and it's going to be golden brown and soft on the inside. And it's going to be really delicious. Beautiful seasoning. I mean, it smells amazing in here. Our cabbage is done. Our venison is roasting. Our parsnip's done. And it's looking really delicious. Alright.
Okay. Do you consider yourself one of the best chefs on Masterchef Junior?
Do you consider yourself one of the best chefs on Masterchef Junior? Well, I am very, I know my abilities, but then everyone else there was a good chef, so.
Have you heard of endives?
Have you heard of endives? Yeah, that's actually my favorite type of lettuce, so I love using endives.
Okay. If you're the only person in the world, would you rather go crazy or try to figure out what happened?
If you're the last person in the world, would you either try to go crazy or figure out what happened?
Say bye to Michellin. I hope I pronounced that right.
Bye, Michellin. I hope I pronounced that right. Yep. Sorry about that. Alright. So, our gnocchi's done, and just take a look. There's like a beautiful golden brown crust. Our cabbage is done. Let's head on back here, and we actually don't need to head on back there because we're just going to quickly heat up our pan for our mushrooms. So
what is your favorite restaurant to eat?
What is your favorite restaurant to eat? I want to go to a few new restaurants, so like I said, I went to the Morimoto restaurant in downtown Orlando, I think. So I definitely want to check that out.
Can you sing a song when you're cooking?
Can you sing a song when you're cooking? If you guys if you guys heard me sing, you probably won't be watching. So singing is not my thing.
Will you do a meetup?
We'll do a meetup. Yes, actually, I am doing a meetup, and a live cooking demo at Williams-Sonoma in Orlando, Florida, Mall at Alenia, February 27th at 1 p.m. So definitely come there and check it out. I'll be doing a tomato soup and my favorite steak dish. It's going to be really, really awesome, and I have some cool stuff for you guys. Thank you for joining us. Alright, so I'm just going to add in my oil. Just kind of start heating that up. And then...
somebody said thank you for having the show.
Thank you for having the show. Thank you for watching, because if you guys hadn't come here and supported me and watching, I would not be doing this. I have an absolute amazing time doing this, and you guys have been awesome through all your support.
Can you do a meet and greet in New York?
Can you do a meet and greet in New York? That's pretty far away, to be honest. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure yet. Alright, so our chanterelle mushrooms in our heated pan with oil on medium to high heat, and you just want to saute these up till they're nicely golden brown. You have to be very, very careful when cooking these because they're very gentle mushrooms, and they're very, very they're one of the best mushrooms you can ever buy, so they're really awesome.
If you happen to be on Chop Junior, would you rather be on with the new kids or kids from Masterchef Junior, kind of like the Rachel versus Guy episode?
If you were on Chop Junior, would you rather be with new kids or the kids from Masterchef Junior, kind of like the Rachel versus Guy episode? To be honest, I'd like to be with some new kids. I mean, I love my Masterchef friends, but then I also kind of want to see some new competition, and I think it'd be really, really fun. Okay, so...
Elias, give you lots of heart, so say thank you.
Thank you, Elias. Alright, so just going to cook these up till they start to get a little brown. Cooking up really nicely.
How old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
Are you the Masterchef Cruise champion, or going to be?
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually really excited, but then it's going to be some tough competition because I got the adults going, and then I got 2 of the other junior chefs, so it's going to be a lot. It's going to be really fun. And you guys can come join me actually on the Masterchef Cruise. I forgot exactly, but it is going to be in November, so definitely check that out on the website, masterchefcruise.com. Alright, these are almost done. Just continue to saute these up. And if it makes a big pop, do not worry. That's just the mushrooms kind of being themselves cooking up. Just a little bit more oil, and then these are almost done. And now the reason why I use chanterelle mushrooms, like I said, you can use any kind of mushrooms you have. I'm just trying to keep it as close to the dish as possible. Alright, these are just about done. So I'm going to put this inside my little pan here. Just to rest. Beautiful. Alright, so now we're actually going to be doing our demi-glaze sauce. And I really want to take a minute or two just to talk to you guys about that, so let's head on back here. Gonna grab my pan. Alright, so now, usually when you're on any kind of show, you usually see people that have like the demi-glaze that's congealed up. I don't know if that's a proper word for it, but it's kind of like gone up like duck fat. It's kind of like hardened up, and it's really kind of soft. So I could not find demi-glace, so I thought I'd make my own. And it's always better to make your own homemade, fresh, like anything homemade is better. So now for the demi-glace, all you need is a beef stock or any kind of stock you have. You could make your own stock with the bones and reduce them with your vegetables, celery, onions, carrot, and water. And just really reduce that with your herbs and bones, and then you could make your homemade stock. But it was on very short notice, to be honest. So, and that's also kind of inconvenient. So what you would do to make your homemade demi-glace is take your beef stock and then put in with a little bit of onion, any kind of herbs. In this case, I use some thyme and rosemary with the onion and a little bit of salt and pepper. And then now you basically want to reduce it till there isn't too much left. And this is what I got left after a whole big box of beef stock. And now I know this looks kind of runny. So if that does happen, which is probably most likely to happen, what you would do is make a roux. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So now any kind of basic roux is just butter and flour. So I'm going to add in my butter. And then we're going to melt this down, and then we'll whisk in our flour till it's nice and thick. And we'll probably put that guy back in there and then thicken it up, and it'll be really, really awesome. Okay, so that's going to go on low heat, because whenever you're melting butter, you obviously want to melt it on low heat, because if you melt it on high, yes, it would get done quicker, but by the time you come back, you could have brown butter.
Would you consider cooking Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington?
Would you consider cooking Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington? Yeah, I'd be actually more than happy to cook it. Like, if you guys have any requests, like this dish I really want to do, but then you guys also really encouraged me and were pushing and wanted to see this recipe done. So if you guys have any ideas or want me to cook something, just let me know inside the comment below here or on my social media, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook.
Sharon gave you another 400 likes.
Whoa, 400 likes. Thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate all your guys' support. A big shout out to Sharon, so thank you so much. Alright, so our butter is melting, almost ready to go. There we go. Just kind of let that melt up until it's good. And then we'll add in our flour now. Now you don't want to add too much flour.
Someone's requesting dessert, maybe?
Dessert, maybe. Okay. That's a good one. I haven't done too many desserts, so I will definitely do a dessert until the future. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing kind of like a little wetter roux. You could use a crumbly one or whatever you like. And the reason why I'm doing a wet one is because I already have a liquid and I don't want those crumbly pieces.
A good risotto recipe.
A good risotto recipe. I actually did my risotto dish that I will be posting on. I have a bunch of recipes from my previous broadcast which I'll be posting later. So, like I said, this dish is going to be posted tomorrow on my blog, as well as the last week's Periscope broadcast, the chicken.
Thank Alexis for inviting her friends.
Thank you so much, Alexis, for inviting all my friends. I really appreciate all your guys' support.
Molten lava cake.
Molten lava cake, that's a good one. I love molten lava cake. So that's kind of like a wet roux. And then now what we're going to do is just put in our homemade demi-glace.
Let me show you.
Yep. See, it's kind of like wet still. That's exactly what you want. Put that right in. And now this is going to thicken literally in an instant. So you've got to have a plate ready to go, which I don't. So I'll put it back in here. Alright. So I'm going to turn this on low heat, medium low heat, and I'm actually going to grab a spatula just so we can get all the little bottoms of the roux after.
A cherry tart.
A cherry tart, that's a good one. Alright.
Some people just came back from Alexis's invite. What are you making?
Today I'm going to be making a seared venison loin with underneath a bit of braised cabbage, homemade gnocchi, some seared chanterelle mushrooms with a parsnip puree, parsnip crisp, our demi-glace sauce, which I'm making right now, and our smoked paprika oil. So just continue, just now that we got all the stuff on the bottom, switch over to your whisk and whisk that up. I apologize for the noise, I'll only be for a second. So turn the heat up a little bit. Now, once you turn the heat up, it's going to take a little while to thicken, but once it does, it's going to happen in the blink of an eye.
Could you cheat and use corn flour instead of a roux?
Could you cheat and use corn flour instead of a roux? Cornstarch. Sorry. I've never tried it, but it would probably be better to make a nice smooth roux just now because you might get clumps of the cornstarch. One sec. Alright, you good?
I'm good.
Alright. So just like I said, this is starting to thicken. Now this is really starting to thicken really fast. I want to know what the sauce is. This is actually demi-glace sauce. What I do is a homemade roux with our demi-glace. Now that's done. I still want it to be not too thick. That's like a perfect, beautiful consistency.
Sure.
Yep. Alright, so pour that right in. There we go. Okay. That's another thing done. This dish has a crap ton of elements, but it's fine. It's delicious.
Are you going to cook anything special for Cooking with Zach episode 20?
Are you going to cook anything special for Cooking with Zach episode 20?
And somebody wants you to start plating.
Plating, yeah. Trust me, I want to plate too, but this dish has a lot of stuff. So. Alright, so I think one of the last elements is the parsnip crisp. So now to make the crisp, I'm going to grab myself a peeler. And then, to make the crisp, what you could do is slice it on a mandolin, but that's kind of...
Are you guest broadcasting today?
Are you guest broadcasting today? Yes, I will be guest broadcasting. So just like I said, continue just to make peels until you find a nice good piece. Eventually you'll get to the center and then you'll actually have the actual parsnip. Almost done. Alright, that should be good. So now I already have my oil on low heat. That's actually getting pretty hot. So I'm going to turn that all the way up. And I'm setting this aside. Because that's scrap. And then,
do you have an Apple Watch? You should be trending. And what is your favorite vegetable?
Do you have an Apple Watch? And what's your favorite vegetable? My favorite vegetable is probably... Oh, what is it? I forgot. Oh, let's see. 1 sec. Come here. Alright, I think my cat's out. He's decided to take a look. He's pretty scared though. He's camera shy. Every time I try to take a picture, he runs away. Take a look, buddy. Say hi. He's a good cat. He's adorable. Look at him. And I'll be showing him later.
What, showing him already?
A little closer, yeah. Here, come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. No, alright, he doesn't want to come, that's fine. Alright, so like I said, our pan of oil is coming, and we're going to put just make sure it's hot by just putting that in. Yep, it's hot. So just put it in flat. And then I'm going to grab my pair of tongs. Just to make sure that gets nice and flat. And now the reason why I'm doing one at a time is because it's kind of a small pan and I ran out. So usually, especially something like a parsnip crisp, unless you were like a gigantic fryer, then you would just dump it in and it'd be fine. But since you want them to be like nice and straight, then you would do them inside a shallow pan like this. My cat's okay. Alright, so just flip that and cook that. And if you want to cook this so it's nice and crispy, golden brown, and I had a good idea, just put in the next one. You might as well. Alright, that's cooking up. And
Sharon gave you 8,000 likes. She wants to get you trending.
8,000 likes? Really? Thank you so much, Sharon. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, my cat's going to be inside the shop soon, buddy. He's coming, don't worry. Alright, so that's kind of cooking up.
Do you know that the Masterchef chefs, do you know if the Master Chefs on the Masterchef cruise get their own Masterchef chef jackets with their name on it?
I'll be very honest, I have no clue what's going to go on with that. I'm just really looking forward to the whole experience. I've never been on a cruise before, and my cat just ran away back into his cubby. But like I said, I am really looking forward to the whole experience. Alright, so flip that again.
Elias says he's your number one Masterchef Junior fan.
I'm cooking in my peanut oil. The reason why I use peanut oil is probably my favorite oil for frying. Alright, I don't know why my parsnips are tinkering that low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch that to an even bigger burner. And hopefully that'll cook a little faster for you guys. And I apologize, it's been a really long broadcast, but it was a lot of elements. And at the start we've been having some technical difficulties. But overall, this dish is absolutely amazing. And I really want you guys to try it out. Alright, so flipping that. And just trying to get that as straight as possible. Continue to cook, and like I said, this is the last element of our dish, I'm pretty sure.
And what's your favorite vegetable again?
My favorite vegetable, let me think. Corn. I really like corn. Even though I don't eat it too often, it's my favorite. Alright, so these are just getting really soggy. I have no clue why. Yeah, that's probably... Alright, so I apologize for this, but I don't want to serve that. So what I'm going to do is set that aside and just let this heat up for a few seconds. But while that's happening, we can slice our venison. So I'm going to kind of multitask it for a bit. Alright, so let's head on back here and slice up our venison. And just let that heat up a little bit more. I guess it wasn't hot enough. Alright, I'm going to head back here. So we can slice it. Alright, so we have our venison pieces really nicely cooked. And then on the show I had a huge piece, but I obviously don't have that. So what we're going to do, trim the ends, and what? Alright, that's still good, don't worry. There we go, that's a better piece. And we're just going to slice that. I know this is going to be a little small just because of the size of the venison, but that's alright. Alright, so that's good. Nicely cook on that. And just going to trim the ends here. Make sure it's nicely perfect.
Where do you all live?
Where do you live? I actually live in Orlando, Florida, so my hometown. Alright, so just slice that. Slice the rest of this. And the reason I'm cutting off the corners is because that's what we actually did on the show. And I think it just adds a really nice presentation too. Alright.
What kind of meat?
This is actually a venison loin. And now venison is actually a quick tip. It's actually a very lean meat and it cooks pretty fast. So it's going to be kind of dry because it doesn't have a lot of fat. And this is really, really juicy. So I did a really good job cooking that.
Okay, venison is rich, Jeanette said. You only need a little bit.
That's actually true. It actually is kind of, it's a little rich, yeah. Alright, so, oh yeah, oh, it's hot. Alright, so I'm going to grab my pieces and then put this in our fryer. Yeah, there we go, guys. That piece is a little long, so I'm going to trim that. My other one was just literally like boiling inside the oil. I don't know why. That's alright. You know what? That's also another thing about being inside the kitchen. If something works, you got to figure it out. And if it doesn't, if you're not happy with it, start again. So that's a quick tip. Alright, so I'm just going to flip that. That's cooking up nicely. And we're almost ready to go. These are getting just really soggy. I have no clue why. Alright. It was really hot. I don't know why that's happening. Oh. You have to let them sit. So, you know what? These are going to sit. So, I'm going to try it one more time. Sorry. Once again, I apologize. I know I'm dragging on this broadcast. But this is going to be worth it. Because this is just going to add that huge little finesse on the top. I'm just going to peel myself one more. Alright, so I'm just going to peel myself one of these. One more. Alright. That should be good now. Once again, I apologize about that. I don't know what is going on. Alright, so set these aside. And once they get a good color, I'm just going to take them right off. I'm going to grab my plate. Sorry, that's ready too. Oh, no, our plate's good. I better grab one.
Do you prefer carrots or parsnips?
Do you prefer carrots or parsnips? I think I prefer carrots.
Say thank you to Peppermint Melon. She just spent all her money. She spent all her money on 800 likes.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. One sec, guys.
And don't apologize. It's good that you are trying and show us that things always don't work out.
Thank you once again. I really appreciate you guys, all your constant support. So like I said, these are kind of, they'll harden up in a sec. Having some trouble with that, but that's good to go. Alright, finally we're going to be plating, guys, and I can't wait.
Oh, my hands are getting tired.
Yeah, your hands are getting tired, so we're going to rush this up, and then we're going to say hi to Ronnie, aka my cat, and then we'll probably have to end up this broadcast.
Looks like bacon.
Looks like bacon.
Yes, poor mom. Thanks, Luke.
Yes, poor mom. Alright, so we're going to grab our ramekin, put them in the middle.
Slow down here.
Yeah. I probably should, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch the plates, because this is a little bit more rounder. So what I'm going to do, grab a spoon, transfer my cabbage, and I'm just going to wash off the plate very quickly, because I want to make sure that the plating's really nicely for you guys. And then I chanterelle on the side.
Alana wants to cook for me, and Alexis, she wants you to cook for her.
For her. I'll try to cook mine. I don't know how to reach you guys. One second. Alright, sorry about that. I used the wrong plate. Okay, so I'm going to grab my towel and just wipe really quickly. Alright, let's get a little clean on. Sorry about this. Once again, I apologize. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys can really experience a beautiful dish, because this is a beautiful dish. Okay.
Rebecca says, fly to California and cook for me.
Fly to California and cook for
Say
me.
bye to peppermint melon.
Bye, peppermint melon. Thank you so much for all of your support. Alright. Alright, so braised cabbage is going in the middle. One sec. And that's going to go straight in.
Toby said to get a tripod and focus on the food. He will learn to talk to the camera.
Get a tripod and focus on the food and try to talk to the camera. The reason why I'm not using a tripod is because I actually have to go back and forth a lot. And I'm trying my best to talk to you guys, but at the same time, I have like hot oil, I have a pan going, I have something in the oven, so I'm really trying my best just to kind of manage, and I really appreciate your concern and your, what's it called? Your ideas, yeah, thank you. Alright, so our venison. Now, I know it looks kind of small, but this is just the one. Alright, so I'm just going to slowly kind of get that done. I'm going to do 4 pieces, just because it's a little small. Alright, so that's going to go there. And I'm just going to wipe down my dish. Sorry, one sec. Okay, so now what we're going to do is have our 3 little things of our parsnip puree on the sides. So kind of one. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so really nice and carefully make sure that's good first.
Someone said it looks like spam.
Looks like spam. Alright, so that's going right in. Then another one there. And last one. Alright, so that's good.
Have you been to Sur La Table?
Have you been to Seared Gnocchi? Did I pronounce that right? No, I actually haven't. So we have our gnocchi. Alright, let's see how we're going to do this. Right there. Another one right there. And then our last one right there. And then we have a few of our Chanterelle mushrooms.
What was the Masterchef Junior place like?
What was the Masterchef Junior place like? It was pretty awesome. Like I said, I have an amazing experience inside the kitchen. I had a really nice time. Alright, so that should be good. No, wait, one sec. Sorry, guys. I don't remember the plate, to be very honest. Sorry. That looks good. That's good. That's good. Good. Okay, so now what we're going to do, grab our demi-glace and then our nice thick sauce. One sec, guys. I ran out of spoons. I got to use some. Okay, we have a nice, not too thick, but a beautiful.
Is there a rule for plating?
Is there a rule for plating? I always try to take my time and kind of figure out what I'm going to do. And like I said, a rule for plating and cooking is before you start, I always think of textures, color, the protein, what goes well with it. So I would always keep that in mind.
Wow. Ty gave you 14,000 likes.
14,000. 14.
Total. Oh, there.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so I'm going to hopefully do this right. Okay, I hope I did that right. And then our little smoked paprika oil. Okay, and then I'm actually going to grab my greens on top. One sec. I almost forgot them. One sec. All right, there we go. Then I'm going to open that. My greasy hands. Sorry guys, one sec. Okay, this is really embarrassing. One sec. My hands are so wet. Alright, thank you. Alright, so I secretly, magically got my thing open, thanks to my dad, and then that's just going to go in there.
Do you get homeschooled and do you have homework?
Do you get homeschooled and do you get homework? I actually do get homework, so I am.
Are you guest broadcasting at the end?
Are you guest broadcasting at the end? No, I'm actually think I'm gonna.
Have to.
I'll do a few. I mean, but it's already been an hour and 40 minutes, so I'm not too sure. Because my mom's hand is literally quivering and it's getting pretty late, to be honest. Okay, so there you guys have it. Our pan-seared venison loin with our parsnip puree, our gnocchi. Oh, we almost forgot some crisps, guys. One sec. On top. Wow, one second, guys. One sec, I got it. There we go. Our finishing touch. Beautiful. Look at that. So we have our pan-seared venison loin underneath a bed of braised cabbage. Our gnocchi. We have our parsnip puree, topped off with our parsnip crisp, our demi-glaze sauce, and our smoked paprika oil. All right, guys. Let's take a look at that. That looks really, really nice. I think I did a pretty good job. That is really, really close to the actual dish.
Now you're trending.
All right, I'm
Thanks
trending.
to Sharon.
Thank you so much, Sharon. I really, really appreciate your support, especially to you. All you guys have been really, really amazing. So should we take a look?
Questions or what?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, and then we can take a look at him a little closer, and then we'll probably have to wrap up this broadcast.
Did you get burnt this week? And if so, what were you cooking?
Did you get burnt this week? And if so, what were you cooking? No, I'm actually don't get burnt and cut too often because I tuck my fingers in, and I'm actually really, really careful in the kitchen, so I don't get burnt or cut very often.
Say thank you again to Sharon.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Like I said, you have been absolutely amazing. There's no words to describe how awesome your support is, and everyone has been amazing. So thank you so much.
What would you have made with the smelly foods in episode 4?
What would you have made with the smelly foods in episode 4? I actually wasn't too sure about that because I didn't really think of it. So I'll get back to you on that.
How old are you?
I'm 13 years old. Any other questions?
What are you going to cook next?
I'm actually not too sure what I'll cook next, but if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. And I will be posting it on my social media. I have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that.
Do you like crawfish?
Do you like crawfish? I occasionally eat it, but I like to stick on the steak and the chicken. That's kind of my thing.
Should make a dessert.
Should make a dessert.
Cherry tart.
Cherry tart, yeah.
Yeah, dessert. Everyone wants a dessert.
Everyone wants a dessert, then maybe I'll do a dessert next week. Maybe I will. You guys are going to have to just tune in and check out my social media.
Chicken buffet. Chicken. Do you have a girlfriend? No, he doesn't have a girlfriend. Mom will say that.
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee, yeah, that's a good one.
Are you from Masterchef Junior?
Yeah, I was actually on season 4 of Masterchef Junior.
What is your Instagram?
I'll actually let you guys know all my social media handles. They're all the same. It's Zach_Kara, ZAC_KARA. That's the same for Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. So
can you make beef Wellington? That's a second request.
Beef Wellington. I'm gonna look into that because a lot of people want dessert, so I'm definitely gonna try to get all your guys' suggestions and get that done. I think that's a wrap, and we'll take a...
Hold on.
There's lots of questions out.
Yeah.
Oh, one sec. I'm just going to grab a glass of water. Sorry, my throat is really bad.
Actually, a lot of people want you to make beef Wellington.
Yeah.
I'll definitely... I will figure out what I'm going to cook next week. Maybe it'll be beef Wellington. Maybe it'll be a dessert. I'm still deciding, but I will definitely let you know. And if you guys want to know, you guys obviously got to tune in or check out my social media.
Have you ever met Chef Gordon Ramsay?
Have you ever met Chef Gordon Ramsay? Yeah, I was actually on Masterchef Junior, and he was one of the judges, so I met him before.
Make ice cream, mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Make mint chocolate chip ice cream. I actually don't have an ice cream maker attachment, nor do I have an ice cream maker, so that would be kind of tricky.
How was the stress on Masterchef Junior?
The stress actually wasn't too bad for me on Masterchef Junior. I was just really pumped and excited. I was actually pretty chill about it, so.
When did you start?
Another vote for beef Wellington.
Another one for beef Wellington. I guess might be cooking that then.
When did you start cooking?
I started cooking about 2 years ago.
Somebody said to poll on Twitter if you want to cook next.
That's actually a really good idea. I'll definitely do a poll.
Did you miss filming for the show while you were filming? Did you miss school while you're filming for the show?
Did you miss school while you're filming for the show? No,
you were homeschooled.
Yeah, I'm homeschooled, so I kind of
say goodnight to Ty from Vietnam, and is that Anna?
Good night, Ty, and is that Anna? Was that pretty
Is that Anna?
All right, awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching.
How old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
What are you making?
Well, I made a pan-seared venison loin underneath a bed of braised cabbage, homemade gnocchi, parsnip puree, chanterelle mushrooms, a demi-glaze sauce, and topped off with a smoked paprika.
Do you want to finish the Periscope and then say goodbye to people on Periscope, and we'll start broadcasting, guest broadcasting?
Sure.
Okay, so bye to people on Periscope.
Wait, the cat.
Oh, you guys want to show the cat? Yeah, sure.
All right, so let's take a look at him. I don't know if he's sleeping or not. Do you want to read about your?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm unplugged. I'm good.
All right, let's take a quick look at him. I want to see what's up with him. I'm not sure if he's sleeping or not, but we'll take a peek at him. Hi, buddy. There he is. We got him this cute little pen today. I'm not sure if he likes the light. Hi, buddy. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie. He's a really good boy. I mean, he's literally just kind of doing his own thing. He's literally been chilling in this. He took like 2 naps today, so he's doing really good. He likes these two. He likes his mouse, so he is probably, I'll be honest, I could not ask for a better cat. He's awesome. See, he's just a little shy, aren't you, buddy? He's just a little shy. He's actually a Russian blue. He was found inside the forest when he was a little kitten, and it's a really cute story. Yeah, he was actually a rescue cat when he was found in the forest when he was a kitten, and he's a purebred, so he's really cool. Aw, you whining? Oh, it's okay. Alright, I'm gonna come back later, but he's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna turn.
What's his name?
His name is Ronnie, and I think it's pretty cool. So. Alright, so I think,
say goodbye to the people
on
broadcast.
It's so cute.
Say goodbye.
Alright, I'm gonna say a big goodbye to everyone on Periscope. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this broadcast. I mean, the dish looks amazing. Hope you guys learned something. And definitely check out all my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So, big bye. I'm gonna just end this broadcast.
Confirm. Okay, done.
Alright, our Periscope is done. And
now you get to do your. Flip it over. Flip it over first. Yeah, I got it. I'm good. All right.
You're gonna guess, right?
Yep. How many guessings do we have?
7 guesses.
All right, let's get this done. Yep. Move over here. All right, I'll start off with the first one, and I'm gonna try to get to as many as I can. Hi,
Hey.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
God.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, I
So
just
where are
wanted
you
to say
from?
hi. I'm from Mississippi.
Oh, that's cool. I've never been there, but I definitely want to check that out. Oh, one sec. Grabbing myself a chair. All right. So, have you started cooking a lot, or?
Yeah, I love to bake. That's my thing.
That's good. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna zoom that back a bit. I think I'm gonna go on to the next one. Thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna go on to the next one. Thanks again. Bye.
Awesome. Bye.
Oh, you have a question? No. Yeah. All right, I'm going to the next one. One sec. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, is it connecting? I'm not sure if it's connecting. It's really weird. Oh, your finger. Oh, in front of that camera. All right, connecting.
Your finger's still on burning.
Hi, how are you? So where are you from?
How are you?
Yeah, the
Oh,
connection.
I am from California.
Oh, you're from California. That's awesome. Yeah, when I was in Masterchef Junior, I actually really liked California, so yeah, I really like it there.
So, if you ask me if I like cooking, I love cooking. I make candies.
Oh, you make candies. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I know they're very hard to do because when I've tried, let's just say the first time I tried was pretty bad, but then it turned out to be a little better. But they're pretty hard to make.
Except one time I tried making new candy. It's like a marshmallow thing. What happened was my friends tried out my candies. My friend was trying it, and she burned her hand.
Sorry, just
because what happened?
Oh, it burned your hand. And, well, I hope I apologize about that, but I hope your hand feels better.
Like really funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. All right. I'm gonna actually move on to the next one. I just want to thank you so much for your support. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Which one was it, Zia?
17, Rebecca.
17, Rebecca. All right. I'm gonna go on to the next one. It's connecting. I don't know why it doesn't work sometimes. It takes a little while to load. There we go. It's connecting.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Do the thing. I'm just really nervous right now. I'm just really freaking out. I'm just really nervous.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. There's no need to be nervous.
Yeah, totally. My brother cooks, but I don't. I'm really I always watch him, but I actually don't cook. But I saw you on Masterchef Junior,
definitely try cooking. Yeah.
So really?
Yeah. No, definitely try cooking. I really encourage everyone to start cooking. I think it's really good. It's also a life skill. And if you enjoy doing it, I would obviously try it out. I mean, start cooking with an easy recipe. That's kind of my advice, and I hope you start cooking.
I actually saw you on Masterchef Junior. I watch the show all the time.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Thank you so much. I really wanted to thank you for all your support. So you guys have been really awesome.
Oh, no problem.
All right.
Okay, bye. Thanks so much.
All right, bye. Thank you. All right, moving on. One sec. Moving on to the next one.
What happened?
All right, let's get into the next ones. I'm really bad navigating through you now, to be honest. All right, going to the next one. All right, it's just loading. I don't know why. It's just loading. All right, there we go. It's connecting. It just takes a second. I don't know why.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I think the connection was just a little bad.
I said, hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, do you, cook, professional foods? Do you, cook professional?
I try to cook, basically everything. I don't really have a certain style, but I try to cook any kind of foods and, different types of cuisines.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of cooking also. But the weird thing is that
I'm really glad that you're cooking, and I think it's also really important, and I hope you enjoy it. And what are you up to? What have you been cooking lately?
What?
What have you been cooking lately?
Can you say that again?
What are you cooking lately?
Well, I do make homemade biscuits.
That's good.
I make lasagna. I make shepherd's pie, easy stuff like that.
That's good. At least you're cooking in the kitchen and you enjoy it. That's really all that counts. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Mhm.
So what else do you like to do apart from cooking?
I like watching people cook, learning more about people cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you better tune in to me because I hope you guys learn something. I really try to make sure that I'm trying to be as instructional as possible, and I hope you really enjoy it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, sure. All right, going to the next one. Man, we've got a lot today. Make it quicker. Slow down. You got like 12 more to go. I think our battery's dying too. It's about to die. It has like 10%. All right, 1 sec. Keep going. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. What are you doing right now? Apart from watching.
TV.
That's good. I like watching TV too. So what are your favorite shows?
Watch you on the Kids Masterchef. I like that.
That's good. That's good. That's awesome. So do you like to cook?
Yes.
That's good. So what do you like to cook in particular?
I make different stuff like cookies.
Cookies? I love cookies. I love any kind of sweets. Alright, I think I'm going to drop with the next one. I got like a lot more of these to go. Just want to thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate you watching and tuning in. So thank you so much. Alright, bye. Alright.
Bye.
Alright, there we go. Alright, going on to the next one. Alright. Connecting. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. 1 sec. I don't know why that one is. There we go. Alright. As soon as it can't even decide to connect, but that's fine. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how are you? How are you doing?
Good.
So do you like
How about you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. So what do you like to do?
What'd you say?
What do you like to do? Like do you like to cook or like what are you interested
Hey, and I like to ride horses.
That's good. I've never ridden a horse. I think that's what you said, but it's pretty fun. That's awesome. Alright, I think the signal's a little bad. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna go on to the next one. I just want to thank you so much for all your support, so thanks again. Alright, bye.
Bye.
Alright, there we go. Moving on to the next one. Okay. There we go. Alright, it's connecting slowly but surely as usual. Like I said, I'm going to try to get to as many of the guests as possible. Like I said, I just try to get to as many as I can.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I seen you on the Masterchef show.
Yeah, I was actually on the latest season of Masterchef Junior.
You're really good.
Thank you, I really appreciate that. So would you like to cook or what do you like to do?
Yeah. I'm from Richmond.
Oh, you're from, oh, that's awesome. I've never been there before.
I'm actually in a baking class.
Oh, you're in
I do a lot of baking. And I actually have cooked a lot of real food too.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you like to cook. So what do you like to bake?
Yeah.
So what do you like to bake, like cookies or cakes or macaroons?
We made pies and cakes and all different kinds of stuff.
That's awesome. I love cakes. That's probably my favorite, so that's really awesome.
Yeah, I love cakes.
Alright, I'm gonna try to move on to the next one. I just really want to thank you so much for all your guys' support. Alright, thank you, bye.
Bye.
Alright, next one. Alright, next one, connecting. Like I said, as I mentioned before, I'm trying to get to as many as I can, and alright, it's connecting. It's not loading. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just freezing. I don't know why. Alright, yeah, I just lost connection. Alright, I'll move on to the next one. There we go. Alright, Zia, is there anyone that has to go or that wants to be guested?
I don't think so.
Okay.
One person wants to know how old you are. So
I'm 13 years old. If you guys have any questions right now or before I'm guessing, I'd be more than happy to answer. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? So, what do you like to do? Do you like to cook or what are your kind of interests? I'm sorry, the connection's really bad. I can't really hear what you're saying. Alright, I can't, it's freezing. Yeah, I just lost connection. I apologize for that. Alright, going on to the next one. There we go. I actually just want to thank you for your support. Once again, I really apologize for the connection problem, so sorry about that. Alright, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks for asking. So what do you like to do?
Well, my dad's actually, a dessert baker, so we like to bake desserts.
That's awesome. I'll be honest, I think I'm pretty good at baking, but I mean, you gotta teach me a few things. I mean, because I'm not the greatest at baking, but I'm pretty good, so that's good. At least you're cooking in the kitchen, so that's great.
Yeah. It's very challenging.
So what do you like to bake?
We like to bake fruit tarts and a bunch of different cakes. We like to buy recipe books and try a bunch of new recipes.
That's cool. That's really awesome. I mean,
yeah.
That's really awesome. I mean, I try to get as many people as I can cooking, and I'm so glad that you're in the kitchen cooking, and I think that's really, really cool.
Mhm. So, how old were you when you first started cooking?
I was about 11, I think. I just turned 11.
Oh. My family likes to watch Masterchef Junior, and we always share about, how cool it is, how everyone's, how kids are starting to learn how to cook, and they're cooking for their own families.
That's awesome. I really appreciate you watching and for all the support, so thank you so much.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna go on to the next one. Just wanted to thank you once again so much for all of your support, so thank you so much. Alright, bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Alright. Oh, they just keep coming. One sec. Alright. One sec, guys. Oh man, they just keep coming. Alright, so which one? Sorry guys, one sec. Alright, let's go to the next one. Slowly but surely connecting. Alright, one sec. There we go. Awesome.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
So what do you like to do?
I'll play. I have Xbox One.
Sorry, I couldn't understand. I think it cut out for a sec.
It's not even coming out.
Yeah, it's not coming out.
Jiminy Christmas! Oops.
The connection's really, really bad.
Oh dear.
Just
Yeah, I apologize for that. I think I'm gonna go on to the next one. Thank you so much for all your support. I really, really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Next one. All right.
Can you guys,
Oh, I just already did. I'll make sure. Who wants to go for the next one? I can do that.
No, don't worry.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
How are you doing?
What?
How are you doing? The connection got dropped. All right. I'm going to go on to the next one. All right. There we go. All right. It's going. It's going. All right. It's connecting.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
How are you doing? What you up to? Just freezing. Yeah, it's freezing. I can't. Just whole thing's frozen. I'm gonna move on to the next one. I apologize about that. I just want to thank you all for your support. All right, going on to the next one. All right, next one. All right, if you guys can all fan me on you now, I'd really, really appreciate that. You guys have been really awesome, and just want to thank you again for all your support. All right, and me also. Hi, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Good. How did your MasterChef go?
The experience on Masterchef was really, really awesome. I have nothing but nice things to say. Everyone was so nice there. I mean, the judges were amazing, so he's really nice. Thank you, Sharon, for the 50 likes. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, cool. Right, what's your favorite types of food?
Sorry, I can't understand. It just, this whole thing is frozen, and I apologize about that. All right, I'm going to the next one. Thank you so much for all your support.
Just tell everyone if you have any questions, just to message them, and then you can answer them.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know.
Message them.
Yeah, or just message me. All right, next one. All right, 12 more to go. All right, I'm just gonna do a few more guests, and then I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up because this has been going on for about a good 2 hours. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
So how was MasterChef?
Masterchef was really, really awesome. They were all super nice there. The whole team there was amazing. Cooking in the kitchen was really, really cool. So it was pretty awesome. So do you like to cook yourself?
I like to bake.
Oh, you like to bake? That's awesome. For me, as long as you're in the kitchen, you're cooking, it'd be really, really awesome.
Yeah, I watched every episode of Masterchef Junior, and whenever you had to say bye, I was so devastated, and I was so heartbroken. I wanted you to win so.
I'll be honest, I don't know how to. I mean, obviously I wanted to win too, but I just want to thank you for all your support. You guys have been really, really awesome. So thank you. And so what are your other interests? What do you like to do?
Give a shout out to Lex.
A shout out to Lex. Thank you so much. I think the connection. Yeah, I think it stopped. I think it froze. Alright.
It's still there.
Alright, still there. I think I'm gonna go on to the next one. Thank you so much.
Sarah, let's answer a question a little better.
Sorry, do you have a question?
Nope.
Oh, it's finished.
Alright, thank you so much for all your support. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm gonna go on to the next guest, and I think I'm gonna wrap. Should I do it?
If you could just ask everyone if they have any questions, just to write it down because it's faster than
Alright. I'm just gonna end this one. Alright, now, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me. It's a lot more easier than to guess it because it's a lot more slower, and this has been going on for about 2 hours, 10 minutes, so it's getting pretty late. Alright, someone subscribe to my YouTube. Like I said, you guys, I want to thank you so much for all. Yeah, you guys can check out my YouTube channel. It's Zach Cara. I have some really awesome videos. I have a 10-minute chocolate mousse, got a few challenges, and I'm also going to be posting a lot more later.
Where are you from?
I'm from Orlando, Florida, and like I said, every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be having this awesome cooking broadcast, and I hope you guys learned something. Excuse me, I hope you enjoyed. I have an amazing time doing this, so thank you guys so much.
What is your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing to cook would probably be steak. Alright, I think that's about it.
Just ask us any more questions.
If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and then I will be wrapping up this 2-hour broadcast.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is in May.
Famous birthdays. Go to
Oh yeah, you guys can actually check out, I'm actually on famousbirthdays.com, I think.
Yeah, .com.
Yep. And
Boost me.
hey, boost me. Maybe you guys can help me get a little higher. So definitely gotta check that out.
Do it again. Famousbirthdays.com.
Like I said, check out famousbirthdays.com if you just type me in. So you'll definitely come out and boost me. I'd really appreciate all that. And like I said, you guys can check out my Instagram, my Twitter, Facebook, and all the handles are the same. It's Zach_Cara, ZAC_KARA. Sharon, thank you again for the 400 likes. Thank you so much. And you guys, I actually wanted, you guys also got to check out a few social medias and a blog, Celebrity Chefs for You. They're absolutely awesome. They just interviewed me, and it's going to be really good. And yes, 2 days ago, I actually did Johnny Uzzini, an amazing 3 Michelin star pastry chef, was actually doing a live cooking demo at Macy's, and I got recognized in the crowd, and then they actually wanted me to come up, and then I ended up cooking with him, which was really awesome. So thank you guys so much. I think I posted a clip on my Instagram, and then if you want to see the whole interview, you guys gotta check out Celebrity Chefs for You. They're gonna be doing one. They're gonna be posting the whole thing, I'm pretty sure. So.
Okay, quick fire question.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Steak.
So my favorite thing.
What day is your birthday?
My birthday is on the 18th of May. Famous birthdays.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Favorite color.
My Instagram is Zach_Cara.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Again, tell your mom to get away from the mic. Oh wow.
Tell your mom to get away from the mic.
Don't we hear them whispering?
Oh.
We have to remind Zach to do some things.
We have to remind.
I forget sometimes. I'll be very honest. I forget a lot of stuff because I got all this going on. Look at that. Look at her. I still gotta clean up, guys. I mean, I got loads of cleanup. So my mom she's just trying to help me out. But as you guys know, I'm cooking. I'm the one cooking. So she's trying to help me out with a few pointers. I mean, my mom and my sister help me out a lot, and my whole family helps me out. So that's why if you kind of hear me whispering occasional times, they're just trying to help me out.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song. I don't really have a favorite song. So.
What's your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do is cook, play tennis. I like to do video games and kind of be outdoorsy.
What's your last name?
My last name is Cara, Kera. And if you guys want to check out the social media, it's Zach_Cara.
Are you the only kid?
Are you the only kid?
Only child?
No, I actually have my sister who's actually helping you guys kind of guide through the YouNow broadcast, and I also have an older brother, so I'm the youngest. I'm 13 years old.
I'm sorry. YouTube name?
My YouTube name.
I'm posting a link.
Yep. My sister, she's actually been helping you guys out. Her name is Zia. She'll be posting, kind of helping you guys. And she just posted the link. And if you guys could subscribe, that would mean so much to me. I mean, if you guys could fan me on YouNow, check out my Periscope, my social media, but especially YouTube, I would really, 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 really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe.
Do you like sports?
I actually love sports. I play a lot.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport, that's probably tennis.
Do you like dancing?
No, I can't dance.
What's your Snapchat?
I don't have Snapchat, so.
He's 13, right? Yeah. How old were you when you started cooking?
I was 11 when I started cooking.
Who is Sharon to you?
Who is Sharon to you? She is one of the best fans I have. She's absolutely awesome on Facebook. She's been like dropping me 400 likes, 50 likes, so much stuff. So big shout out to her. Thank you so much for all your support.
What's your favorite car?
My favorite car. I don't know. I'm not really into cars. I'll be honest. I'm more into animals.
Facebook. I can post a link.
Yeah, my sister will just post the link to most of the social media and all that stuff. So I would really appreciate a follow or a subscribe on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much. And my Instagram especially. Like I said, the handles for it is Zach_Kara, ZAC_KARA.
Okay, quick fire question. Do you lift like weights?
I do lift weights. Yeah, I mean, look at this arm. I mean, it's jacked. So
who is your favorite judge?
My favorite judge is probably Gordon, but then all the other judges are awesome too.
Music? Do you have Musical.ly?
No, I don't have Musical.ly.
Do you have Tumblr?
Tumblr, no, I don't.
What made you decide to cook?
Well, like I said, I got inspired by the show, but then my sister and my mom really pushed me into cooking.
Do you play badminton?
I actually don't play badminton. Quick tip for you guys. If you're like a serious tennis player, the reason why you don't play badminton is it kind of throws off your timing. So that's why I don't play.
What's your favorite dish you made?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
What's your favorite dish you made?
Well, I actually made this dish, and I thought it turned out pretty good. Oh, one sec. Yep, one sec. There we go. That is a seared venison loin with gnocchi, parsnip puree, a demi-glaze sauce. We have braised cabbage, and I think it turned out really, really good.
What made you decide to start cooking?
I got inspired by the first episode of Masterchef Junior, so that's really exciting.
What's your favorite thing about Masterchef?
My favorite thing about Masterchef, that's probably the kitchen, because that's really, really awesome. The kitchen and the judges. Yeah, and the judges, because they're awesome. And the pantry, too.
What's your favorite b-ball basketball player?
What's your favorite basketball player? I really like Michael Jordan, so.
How tall are you?
I'm about 5'7", I think.
Favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Who or what inspired you to cook?
I got inspired by the show, and then my mom and my sister really inspired me.
Are you single?
Mom will say it. I don't have a girlfriend. There you go. Thank Mom.
All you those who know, he doesn't have a girlfriend. What's your biggest fear?
I hate heights. I absolutely hate them.
Do you cook for your whole family on the holidays?
I actually cook for my family a lot. Last Thanksgiving, I made a Cornish hen, which was really, really awesome.
What state do you live in?
I live in Florida.
Would you want to be on Chop Junior?
Would you want to be on Chop Junior? I actually auditioned. Well, I sent in the form to kind of get there, but I haven't got anything back.
Where are you now?
I'm in Orlando at my house filming this awesome broadcast.
If you could work for any of the judges, who would you work for?
If you could work for any of the judges, who would you work for? Probably Gordon. He has like a bunch of Michelin star restaurants. He has like 3 Michelin star restaurants, so he's really awesome. One sec.
Do you know how to cook Chinese food?
Do you know how to cook Chinese food? Yeah, I actually do. I also cook a lot of Asian food. I try to cook as much. I try to be a versatile chef as I can be. So.
Do you have a Mac?
Do you have a Mac? Yeah.
What's your first dish you ever made?
The first dish I ever made, that was probably, I started out with something simple like scrambled eggs, and then I did burgers, and then I did a curry, which is really awesome.
What's your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment was probably being on Masterchef Junior.
How old are you?
I'm 13. My throat is giving out.
What's your favorite brand?
My favorite brand is probably Nike. Guys, I think I'm gonna have to wrap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. This has been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
What grade are you in?
8th grade.
And I think that's pretty much it. What's your favorite thing about cooking? Probably the last one.
The last question. What's my favorite thing about cooking? Probably the combinations of what you can do. I mean, this is an amazing dish. That's probably what I just love. Just a pure love of cooking. Alright guys, we are gonna end this broadcast. I think it's about time. And thank you guys so much for watching. Just the fact that you guys have stayed in here for 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think that is pretty sick. I mean, you guys have been awesome to me. You're constantly supporting me on social media, and you now, I have no words to describe all you guys' support. You have been really, really awesome, and I could not ask for better fans. So thank you guys so much for watching. But yeah, you guys can follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My sister Zia, she's gonna be posting all the links. So I really inside the chat. So I'd really appreciate if you guys could take a moment and follow me on social media and on YouTube.
And one more thing, if they want any video greetings
or
birthdays.
If you guys want any video greetings
for
or birthdays, just send me a tweet or send me an email. The email would probably be better because I have a lot
Tweets are good?
Oh, tweet would be really awesome because I'm not getting, because with Instagram I get a lot of DMs and I try to answer as many as I can and I may miss it and I apologize for that.
But tweets
But tweet would be the best, so. Alright, I'm gonna have to wrap up this broadcast, so thank you guys so much for watching. I would not be able to do this without you, so thank you guys so much. Alright, I'm gonna be it. Zach Carr signing off. Alright, if I remember how to end this. 1 sec. Alright, there we go. Bye guys.